but it's a must, you gon' respect this. Plus your nuts will touch the dust, you try to check this. You ain't insane, I write your name down on my checklist. You think I'm playing, I leave you laying, I leave you breathless. I'm not a heathen, please believe I'm breathing for a reason. Until I'm bleeding, really feeling this world is so misleading. Sacrifice your life at night while facing certain sorrow. Your existence is at stake, you might not make tomorrow. Lost my heart when I was crossed, don't wanna make amends. Much too smart, my afterthought, don't wanna make no friends. If you're a fraud, then it's so hard to get a second chance. You could die in front of my eyes, won't get a second glance. As human beings, instead of being so many try to be. You ain't seen what I have seen in my society. So F the killers, F the dealers, F the police. Middle finger in the sky till I died, no peace. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. If you gon' tease me, better please me, cause I just can't take it. I'm not a rapist, but I whip you, then I strip you naked. There is no mercy for your gender, bend you over quickly. Keep my name on your brain, bet you won't forget me. You don't love me, I don't love you, you get no affection. You get no passion from assassin, only an erection. When I was broke, I had no hope, I didn't have a chance. You get no money from me, no kissing, no hugging, and no romance. I told you once, I told you twice, but seems you didn't listen. Won't be a victim to your constant lies and contradiction. Now to you rappers and you yappers with your punchlines. The game is almost over, now it's crunch time. Said you were sick of me, your medicine was dissing me. Should've checked the side effects and had you missing, see. I choked your throat for what you wrote, you are not a singer. You don't get the thumbs up, you get the middle finger. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. I can't seem to hide all the pain I feel inside. The way I'm living life is kinda like I already died. Forgive my sins in the past, the future, and the present. F the liars in the choir, oh yeah, F the reverend. Told you I ain't giving up until they bury me. Ain't sissy strong enough to even carry me. All the liars dying in the fire in the end. In this world we're so divided over dividends. Spend the last of your stash, collecting fate. Bet your cash turn to ash in that collection plate. I'm not religious, but they fill us with this nonsense. If they could, then they would kill us with no conscience. I ain't preaching, I'm just teaching, reaching for your soul. I ain't nothing like the deacon, I'm speaking what I know. Only God knows the truth, I just wait and see. With my middle finger up, waiting patiently. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger to the world, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. Middle finger up at all times, I ain't lying. Middle finger up at all times, I ain't lying. Middle finger up at all times, I ain't lying. Middle finger up at all times, I ain't lying. Middle finger to you and you and you and you and you, yeah. Middle finger to you and you and you and you and you, yeah. Middle finger to you and you and you and you and you, yeah. Middle finger to you and you and you and you and you, yeah.
There's part one. Now finish him off. Finish him off.
He's calling for it.
This is it. This is it. Your career's on the line here. Do it. Do it. This place will erupt when he picks him up.
He's got him up. Oh, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous. I just had an out-of-body experience. What did we just see? What did we just see?
He got him in a power slam! He got him in a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You'll get to see your knee.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history.
The two biggest superstars in our sport with the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport.
Enough is enough. That's enough. No! That's enough! Stop it! Bam! There's tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Slam! Choke slam! Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Little Cooper's lips on the bigger times in the WWE! Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! Enough's enough! What? The irresistible force meeting the immovable object. WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, it's live, Hal. Sorry.
What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Reality. And I'm here with executive producer extraordinaire Venkat. What's going on?
What's going on, Trevor? What's going on?
Same old. Can't call it. I've been sick for the past couple of days. And I thought I was going to be able to at least lift my spirits up with some good wrestling, but WWE said, "Hold on, let me kick you in your nuts again." I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is gonna be a very negative show, at least from my end. It's going to be very negative. Bones, I talked with Bones earlier. He's gonna, he'll pop in with his around the wrestling world news. He's just tying up a couple of loose ends. What was I gonna say? Oh, so what's going on otherwise? You got any what stood out to you so far? Oh, well, real quick before I say something. So you know me, I just always seem to just get in trouble. So now guess the new community that I got beef with now.
Trolls? Leprechauns?
I got beef with the religious community now, the Bible thumpers.
Thumpers.
Yeah.
Yep. It's crazy. People that go behind the Bible are actually having beef. That's like such a oxymoron. It's supposed to be loving people, huh?
Yeah, I got the show that I did Monday. It's so crazy. Like there's certain shows that I could do that will just light the comments up. The show that I did Monday probably has like 65 comments on it. And I've been getting emails, from people, like I say, putting my wife's face on pictures and shit like that. And it's just, and these are church people. I got them threatening me and this and that. It's crazy though. So, but
the original haters.
Yeah, I know, right? Blame Christianity for all the world's troubles. So what I'm going to do though, because I am fair and I do offer an open mic. I offered them a platform basically to come over here and we'll dialogue. A lot of them want to get into debates with one another, which is fine. They could do that over here. I have no issue with that. But we're just going to see if we could come to some type of agreements, I guess, on top of the Straight Talk Sports, on top of the Straight Talk sessions, on top of the Straight Talk Therapy sessions, on top of Man Talk Monday. Now I'm about to do a Straight Talk biblical session.
Oh my God. There's no end in sight.
I know, man. I mean, it's getting to a point now, and again, you're the one who pushed me to this because I damn sure didn't want to do this, but it's like when I get behind this microphone, though, I love it, man. It's something that takes over me. I don't know, but yeah, like I said, I welcome everybody as long as they know, they watch enough of my shows that they know I don't allow people to argue over one another and stuff like that. So anybody's welcome over here to have a sensible dialogue. Yeah, we can have a simple. Yeah. Me and Venkat getting arguments all the time. It's like anybody could come over here, you could argue, but my only rule is it never gets personal. So, that's how it is. But I'm just saying, like from the biblical world, I'm getting more action than I am on WWE TV. Because I'm gonna tell you, like, and you know what? I'm not even gonna start with them. They can wait to the end. So you mentioned a story to me last week, and I never got a chance to look because like I said, I haven't been feeling good, and I got work is ridiculous right now. There's a lot of other personal stuff going on, so I haven't even looked at Facebook in a while, but I see that I got like 67 unread notifications, and I have like 73 Instagram messages. So I don't even know where the hell to begin. So you mentioned to me though a story last week about The Rock. Did you find anything else out on that?
No, it's an ongoing thing. I don't have all the particulars. I was just briefly looking at it myself. From what I understand, I guess this is dating back to the 90s, I guess, and a former WWE TNA female wrestler is alleging that The Rock kidnapped her and her daughter or something like that. And now The Rock is a part of a $30 million lawsuit right now. It's something that news medias aren't really talking too much about. I just briefly see little pieces here and there. It's just really cloudy on what's going to happen, but it's just an ongoing thing that we have yet to see where it leads to. But she filed the suit. So I don't know who are the other people connected to it, but The Rock is the main person that they said.
You said TNA?
Yeah, she was also in TNA. I don't have the thing with me now, but I forgot the person's name. I think it's a black. I think it's a black female wrestler.
Was it Raka Khan or something like that? Or
probably something right there.
So hold on, because a lot of the a lot of times these people something may have happened to them, so it's just like, okay, let's go to the concussion thing. It's just like the concussions. If you wrestled in the business for 10 minutes, a lawyer's gonna say, hey, get in on this WWE concussion lawsuit, even if you never set foot in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Could this be one of those things that something may have happened to her? I mean, a lot of times where there's smoke, there's fire, but it's just someone reaching at straws trying to grab for the big fish now, because I haven't heard it anywhere. Now, granted, I haven't been listening to my normal wrestling shows because, like I say, I'm not happy with the product lately. So I haven't been listening. I haven't been listening to anything that's going on lately. So when you even told me about the story, I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's just odd that it doesn't come up a lot. I've seen it like on YouTube. I've seen it on Facebook. Seen it here and there, but it's like not as big as I would think it. Maybe because it's so early, and I guess they haven't gone to court yet. Maybe that's why. But still, just the fact that The Rock is caught up in a suit, $30 million. I think it's $30 million suit.
Yeah, well,
for kidnapping. I mean,
yeah, that's why. So what we'll do here is, because the last thing I need is anybody to be like, oh yeah, they said it over there on Straight Talk with Trevor that The Rock did. No. Allegedly, this is what we're saying. So we're just gonna stop right here. Once we'll do some more digging, and once anything reputable comes out, then we'll bring it up. So
yeah, it's an odd story. It caught me off guard. I can't believe it's happening. Hope it's not true.
Yeah, I mean, this guy has way too much to lose. So the next story that I want to talk about, again, I'll push the WWE shit to the back. The next story I want to talk about is, I want to say the announcement was made today. The big news that AEW Collision, that's their new show, will be coming out. Will be coming out June 17th at 8 o'clock. It's a 2-hour show.
What channel?
I want to say TNT or TBS. I think TNT. So they are getting rid of Dark and Elevation.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. So it's basically you're removing 2 shows that nobody watched, and you're replacing it with a show that possibly everybody's going to watch. But so here's the thing. In the advertisement, CM Punk wasn't mentioned. Now we know the show is built around CM Punk. We know that's basically why they're even doing this show, is because of him. But it's just odd that they wouldn't mention him in the press release, and I think it's because it's like they're trying to keep the element of surprise. Like, oh, is he really back or is he not? But a company like AEW is full of people that read dirt sheets and people that like us that do shit like this. So they can't surprise us. You know what I mean? Like, if CM Punk shows up on the first show, nobody will be like, oh God, it's CM Punk. We'll be like, okay, yeah, finally, we knew this would happen. So that's just odd that they would not show him. But what do you think about the AEW Collision show? They got this deal, so now they have 2 shows. Like, you got a Raw and you got a SmackDown. Now you have a Dynamite, and now you have Collision. They are going to do a roster split.
So, but technically, this is their 3rd show, right?
No, what's the other?
Because the AEW has Dynamite
and Rampage.
Rampage, right? And now they have Collision. So this is their 3rd show.
Yeah, could be. Oh yeah. I didn't hear anything about Rampage going away.
No. So I mean, it's good. They need this. They just need to do it right, because remember with WCW when they brought out Thunder, they call it blunder online because it was mismanaged and wasn't a real good show. They put all the energy into Nitro, and then they didn't have anything left for the end of the week. So it was like, could this be another one where they're putting all their stuff into Dynamite and then they don't have anything left for the other shows they have? So it'll be interesting to see how they handle this.
I'm glad you brought that up, because remember, Thunder was supposed to be Bret Hart's show.
Yep.
And now you have this Collision, which is supposed to be CM Punk's show.
And it just sounds like the same thing all over again.
Yeah, it just sounds like history repeating it. And here you are, TNT, TBS.
Yeah.
Is legit. Is it gonna be history? Honestly, if this was maybe a year or two ago, I'd have been like, yeah, I can't wait for them to fail. But now I really want them to succeed. If for anything, it'll force WWE to get better.
But that's the whole thing, though. You're starting to see the value of the actual true competition, not made up competition like Raw versus SmackDown, which nobody ever cared about that. There's nobody losing any sleep. There's nobody staying up late worried about, oh my God, Raw versus SmackDown. Now, if you have a real competition like what the NWA was, what WCW was, and others, now if AEW can build itself into that type of viable company that'll challenge them, it just makes everything better. You can never have that Monday Night War go down the way it did without strong competition. So that's why when you dismiss or push aside, these companies coming up, it doesn't help the wrestling society, in a whole, because the better others do. It's the same thing with DC and Marvel, because you get like these Marvel fans. Oh, I will never watch DC. I'm only Marvel. And DC fan. DC's the only real thing. It's like it doesn't make sense. You don't want to wish that the next Captain America is a bad movie or the next Superman is a bad movie, because the more good movies that each make, it drives fan interest and it makes for better products coming down the road. So everybody wins in all. So it's a cycle that you can't escape.
So,
WWE can't be the only big dog. It doesn't work like that.
So has Tony Khan shown you that he can do this, both shows on a grand scale like this? Because nobody watched Rampage. Like Rampage, the ratings were horrendous. Like nobody watched that. So
I mean, I don't know. I think I've heard people suggest he needs to get somebody else in there so that he doesn't have to focus on everything.
Triple H will be there soon if WWE keeps acting the way they are.
Why are you saying that?
Bro, I am not. I'm not. If my throat, if I wasn't feeling the way I was feeling, we were gonna have a repeat of last week. I just can't do it. I don't have it in me to do it today, but yeah, it's not good, man. I don't like it. But yeah, I think Tony Khan definitely needs somebody else, because he's too much of a player's coach almost.
Right.
So I think he'll give up a good booking decision to pacify somebody's ego. So like it may, the story may call for MJF to run with the belt for a year. But now that he has his biggest star coming back in CM Punk, he may now turn around and be like, well, let me give CM Punk the belt back at the next pay-per-view. It may be good in the immediacy, but long term is not good. But he seems like that type of guy that'll pacify his top stars.
Hopefully not. Hopefully he'll be a little bit wiser with those kind of decisions. But if you look, I mean, so now they got these 3 shows, so they really should have like 3 guys running each, 3 different guys running each one of the show, and then he should just oversee everything, from overall. But I don't know if they got that. I don't know if they really have that.
What they got Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett is a good he can write TV.
Right.
Eric Bischoff is out there.
Eric Bischoff ain't with them though. He can't stand.
Eric Bischoff can't stand them. And I would say Jim Cornette, but Jim Cornette to me, he can't move with modern times.
No. they're stuck in the past a lot, where they have glazed eyes for everything that happened in the past was so much better. Kind of like what people of today, everything today is the only thing that matters. It's like he's like the reverse to that nonsense. Like they don't watch things in totality and realize they're different. There's peaks and valleys here throughout the whole time. Some people have done it better. Some people have made bigger impacts. Just because their time wasn't the best time doesn't mean what they did isn't the greatest. But yeah, well, go ahead.
No, wrestling was better back in the day though, but I mean I mean not athletically. I mean again,
why do you say not athletically? When you look at the Steiner brothers, you look at guys coming off the top like Juice and Thunder Liger,
but then we also had Haystacks Calhoun. We also had Kamala. So you had a guy in
always
Kamala.
Gonna have that.
You have a guy in Kamala that's 400 pounds and could only chop. Then you look at a guy like Bronson Reed that's just as big that could do any damn move a cruiserweight could do.
But he doesn't get there without the ability to see those progressions happen. And over time, pioneers like a Vader, big guy, Undertaker, big guy, doing pioneering moves and sets and different things, pushing the genre to different limits. You can't get there without that progression. So you can't knock them for what they were doing.
Let's go ahead and do this now. Let's do this new segment. How disingenuous is Van Cat being?
Oh, Lord, here we go.
It's 2023. You could only pick one right now for the rest of your life. You could watch modern day wrestling, or you could watch our wrestling, NWA and stuff like that.
Well, that's hard to do, man.
Ain't no.
There's things about today's wrestling that is so much better than what it was back then, you know. And there are other things today that are just disgusting and horrendous, you know. But
what's better today? What's better today?
Well, I like the way it feels today. Like WWE does a great job of making it feel today now, especially with the Triple H era, making it feel like it's important. What I mean by that is, like, when you would watch wrestling, you tune in on a Saturday morning, you tune in on a Saturday night, Sunday, so on and so forth. And it's just a program you watch. It had no consequences, no nothing. Today, the wrestling world, when it happens, it's on Twitter. They're talking about it. Sometimes certain situations make the news. There's just a bigger feel today, even though the audience may be smaller on TV, if that makes any sense. It just feels more official and accepted. When we watched it, it's like you have to go take a bath and scrub yourself down because it just felt dirty. Like you're ashamed to be a wrestling fan at certain points. Like, you know how people would look down on it. Today is not as bad. I think more likely than not, today is more accepting of what wrestling is than what we were faced with back in the 80s and the 90s.
Hold on. So you think that wrestling in the golden era didn't mean it? Like, when we watched it, you think it's more stakes to it now with the 100,000 rematches that we're gonna have, and it like nothing means anything. You got to beat the champion in order to get a championship match versus when we watched it, you had a top 10 list.
I get that, but wrestling back in the 90s, the 80s and the 90s, it was like rap. It was like rap music, you know, where, and even to a certain degree, like basketball, NBA, it was the same thing. Like rap, when it first started, in the late 70s, then the 80s, the 90s, it was a niche thing that a certain group of people, kids, would look at and watch. And like, if you would never see somebody wearing Stunning Steve Austin shirt, or Flying Brian, or even a Hulk Hogan, probably the most popular at the time. You would never see that. You could go to schools now, and there's going to be a Stone Cold. There may even be a Rock, or even a freaking Seth Rollins shirt, and nobody's looking at that kid like, "What the hell?" When I was younger, I remember I had on my haircut, I had WCW put on the back of my head. And like, I'm the oddball out. Nobody else is doing that. And it was like, but now there are people with tattoos of wrestlers. There's a guy, he got all kinds of Undertaker tattoos all over his body.
So hold on. Because I'm not disagreeing with you. Hell, this conversation turning out better than anything I had planned to talk about. So your thing, are you saying that equating the acceptance of it now that it's more accepted means that it's better?
Not necessarily. It's just like rap, like I said. So rap music back then is only a smaller group of people listening to it.
But it was better.
But it has grown, and now today rap music is the largest music in all of music.
And it's terrible.
Right, with the exception of a few people here and there that do it the right way, but in large, yes, it is not as appealing as it used to be. And that's how wrestling is today, huh?
You mentioned basketball. 80s and 90s was better than anything we're watching today.
Yes, but like back then, like for instance, in the 80s, the NBA Finals was pre-recorded. It wasn't even live.
Yeah, but Venkat, that's because of different strides in the industry. I'm still trying to see how you think it's better today. I mean,
certain elements of it is better.
Yeah, because you're basically telling me exactly, but you're basically telling me now people don't have to subscribe to cable. We can go on YouTube and pull up clips from our favorite matches. We have more access to it. But that doesn't mean that it's better. We can go on Twitter and see immediate highlights. Technology has gotten better, but that doesn't mean that the product is better. The overall product is not better. Again, this one man.
Remember the devastating 1995 year. Where WWF just pulled out anything out the ass, and WCW wasn't doing any better either.
That's the worst year in wrestling ever.
I think the only thing worth watching was ECW, and I wasn't trying to watch ECW.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, we can go to like the high spots, but when you rewind and you think back, because I can remember watching like WCW pay-per-views or just events in general, and like the opening match wasn't ready for prime time, or even the first 2 or 3 matches. Whereas today, there's a sense that guys are like, look what we saw at WrestleMania. A lot of people, I should say, thought that 8-man tag was going to be a throwaway. Everybody believed that, even though you could see that there are capable guys in that match. But we just wanted to say, hey, that's just a match that you can go get popcorn while they're in the ring. And that became must-see TV. And with the older times, I can't think back to like WWF. You're not going to get that until the cruiserweights of WCW in 96 up with Rey Mysterio and Guerrero and them. You're not going to get that element where anywhere in the event, you're going to get a crazy knockout match. I think today, and again, it's not because I don't feel like it's necessarily because they're just better than them. I think having the ability to look back and see what didn't work and what does work, with them having that advantage, they're capable of making better decisions to make and that's what it's supposed to be. As you move on, things should get better. Overall, is the product better? No, I would say not. But I appreciate certain aspects of today's wrestling that I identify was not in the past. So I know when I'm going into an event, that first match could be like maybe the best match, or maybe the third match will be like ridiculously good, or a women's match could be the best match, period. Like, could you say that back in the days we were watching? That women's match is gonna really put to shame that world heavyweight title, man. It's just a different time. It's a little bit more exciting for me because I love the inclusion. I hate those stale old white guys always being the story, always being the attraction. How many times the Hulk Hogan going to be, or even Ric Flair going to be the guy? It's like it's nicer to see like other people have their opportunities.
So I'll say this because to me, okay, let's look at the pay-per-view that we reviewed last week. Backlash, tremendous pay-per-view. Everybody raved about that show. But the next day they did everything in the world to undo it.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. In wrestling, current wrestling, they'll book for the big event, but then the story going forward is shit.
Yeah, but you could see that in the past too, though. And we put a lot of pressure on today, but that I mean, you come on, Trevor. I'm not the WWE guy. You know that. So, but having Peacock and now these events more accessible and seeing certain things, not that everything that I see is great now, but I could appreciate when great stuff is done, and I appreciate efforts. I think sometimes in the past we're just like thinking too hard because we're thinking about a time when we were younger and there's nostalgia attached to that. Whereas today they have to, and that's why we complain about these high spots and all this over the top nonsense. And they feel like they gotta do all this because they gotta get above your whole criteria of your childhood and nostalgia. And to beat that, you're going to have to blow up the world to beat that. So they got to do all these out of box things to try to captivate the audience, which is sad, really, because we don't really need that. I just want to just see something that doesn't disrespect my intelligence and just see something captivating. Everything we watch today is not the best and does not have to be the best. LeBron James is not the best basketball player ever. He's not the best basketball player from the past or even today. He's not even the best basketball player right now. As we have seen already in the Western Conference Finals. So there's this unrealistic expectation that everything has to be so high, and it doesn't have to be like that. I just want the effort. That's what it is. And I felt like sometimes I can remember watching old WWF pay-per-views and events, and you could just tell like these guys are just going through the motions, man. And as a kid, you're watching it and you're waiting for something spectacular or special to happen. And they just walk through matches. And I at least have the sense that today they're a little bit more mindful of that. And they do the best they can. But still, I'm like in between. I shouldn't say, give them too much grace, but I understand it.
You real good at deflecting, I tell you that, because
how would I deflect?
All right. So let me ask you this. So if when Goldberg beat Hogan in the Georgia Dome for the belt,
right?
For those people that were fortunate enough to be in that building,
right?
They will never forget that.
Right.
So now let's we have that moment. Now, fast forward to now. Let's say a real good show. WrestleMania Night 1 was really, really good.
Right.
Do you think anything on that show will leave a lasting impression on somebody 10 years from now, like we still remember Goldberg and Hogan in the Georgia Dome?
Yeah, a lot of people probably because of Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, That's the match of the year right there. I don't care what anybody says. That's the match of the year.
Nobody will remember it 10 years from now.
I'm telling you, that's the match they're gonna be talking about, man.
As great as it was, and it was fantastic. Nobody will remember it, but you know what we'll remember? 30 years ago, Goldberg Hogan.
Well, I mean, Goldberg Hogan is not the only exclusive. I mean, remember when Sting beat Ric Flair, the way that Baltimore arena was exploding.
So you're answering the question for me. You're basically what you're gonna do now is start ripping off a bunch of stuff that happened over 30 years ago, and I'm just gonna be like, you see, now name me something that happened within the last 10 years that you can remember.
There's a whole bunch of great moments.
Kofi Mania to me was the biggest thing that's happened and that I will always remember in wrestling.
Bryan Danielson winning, beating Batista. That was huge. Huh?
Kofi Mania will always.
But come on, that Daniel Bryan moment was huge, man. That was a big moment.
Yeah, there's actually a video of me. I want to say I gotta ask my wife if she still has it. There's a video of me crying when Daniel Bryan won that belt because of the story they told. So for me, I get it, but him winning the belt that night doesn't surpass Kofi Mania, and it doesn't surpass anything that I remember as a child. Like I can remember every big moment as a child.
Those are different lenses, though, right? So as a child, you're gonna be with fresh eyes experiencing this. Now you're seasoned and you're grown and you've watched all these other things happen. So that is supposed to happen. That's fundamentally supposed to happen. So you can't compare the two. So I try to look at it fairly. Like you can't really do an apples to apples on that because it's kind of skewed a little bit. Your fresh eyes when you're younger isn't the same as your seasoned veteran eyes where you've critiqued and watched all kinds of matches and seen all kinds. You're almost jaded to the experience. So that's why you feel that way. But I can still appreciate it overall.
Am I becoming the bad guy now?
You always been the bad guy. You're a literal heel. It's in your name.
Like I mean, I don't know, man. Like to me, current wrestling doesn't provide any moments. Like it provides spectacle. That's what it is. It's a spectacle. It's something that nobody could do. And I'll never disparage the wrestlers outside of like a Dana Brooke or something like that. But I'll never disparage the wrestlers because they're doing what they do. It's the stories attached to the wrestlers that are just terrible, and all it does is it creates spectacle. It's a spectacle, but there's nothing that I'm gonna remember.
Cody Rhodes is pretty much going to be
Cody
the next great story.
Cody is on a monumental run. They're failing at miserably right now, but Cody is on a monumental run. That's an isolated thing. But I don't know, man. To me, wrestling now is all about the spectacle and not the story. And I'm a storyline driven guy. Like to me, a good story surpasses a good wrestling match any day. Like I just give me the good story and then pay it off with a decent match. I'm good. I'm well satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, nothing beat the title of the marquee says wrestling, and a lot of times they fail, man. I hate those shows where they just up to the podium talking. Then they go away. Then they go to the commentator. Then they go back and then they're in the ring again talking. Before you know, it's 30, 40 minutes past. We haven't seen a match yet.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
That should never happen.
WWE is notorious for that, especially on Monday nights. Hell, the first match doesn't start like the 45 minutes into the show.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah,
that's just wrong.
I'm not a promo heavy guy. I'm a good promo is always good, but I'm gonna give me a good storyline. Make the shit make sense. You see how they're failing miserably right now with the bloodline. there was a
Yeah,
time,
and that was my fear.
but there was a time where the bloodline was the greatest thing ever, and now they're failing miserably with it.
So what that tells me is I don't think that they really had this great master plan. I think they got Sami Zayn involved, and they're like, oh crap, that kind of work, and they just ran with that. And then they just added these little notes to it, to lead up to it, and they really didn't have this great grand plan. You see, it's easy to say, hey, this story has been going on for 3 years, when some kind of jolt of excitement just hit in the middle, then you claim it as this one big package, but it wasn't. It was a mistake. Vince McMahon just liked what Sami Zayn did that one time that he was with them, and then it just kept snowballing. That was an organic moment. And that's what I was really pissed off for me about, because, with the Elimination Chamber and whatnot, that was a moment in time that could have brought unexpected excitement to WWE. That could have been a Rocky story being told right there. And, okay, so if you don't win the match, fine, but make the match great. Make the match great, or do something else. But then you could tell they had no way forward. It's like WWE right now feels like they're scrambling, trying to put their stories together. You know how you say, like, they figure out a year before what they're going to do.
They used to do that. They don't do that anymore.
It doesn't seem like they're doing that right now. It really doesn't feel that.
Do that. They would start from the end and work their way backwards. They don't do that anymore. Now it's like it's clear as day the old man is back. I mean, if anybody thought any different, just watch the TV show, because there's no way in the world you're going to tell me that for the past 9 months Raw and SmackDown were like appointment television, and now all of a sudden it's unwatchable. Like, you're not going to tell me that. And the only thing that has changed is the old man and his mustache reappeared.
Yeah, because WWF, they have like their spurts of hot moments, like around Andre and Hogan. That's when you got Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man. That's 87. Then you got like Hogan and Macho Man 89. Then to the 90 Ultimate Warrior. Then it gets dry. 91, nobody gives a damn. 92, it's 93, nobody cares. 94, it not till Stone Cold comes into play, and that's about 98, because he has to find his way through 97 to get to Stone Cold in 98.
Yeah, he was a ringmaster at first.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so that was also another thing that earlier on the other channel when we were talking about the bloodline and whatnot. I wanted that to continue. I wanted them to have that heat and momentum. I think that, it would have been interesting to see the bloodline going up against these other teams like the Judgment Day and Imperial and all that other stuff. There's a way that they could have possibly made that happen, and then we could have segued that into Gunther facing Roman Reigns. Give me something interesting, but we didn't have to just break it up at that particular moment. We didn't have to do that. Even with that being said, I do like the reoccurring things that happen with Roman Reigns, where Seth Rollins hit him with the steel chair when the Shield ended, and then you got Sami Zayn the same way, hit him with the steel chair at Royal Rumble. And you got the whole thing where he pushes Sami Zayn in the face, and then you see this past week he pushes that Uso guy in the face, talking about you need to apologize. So I like the reoccurring themes of what happens there. I think that they have to have a moment where they address Roman Reigns' narcissistic behavior, and somebody needs to stand up to him. It was disappointing that Sami Zayn wasn't that guy to do it, but they got to do something there. They gotta tie that up a little bit, and especially with a guy that's claiming to be great, because he's claiming that he's like the greatest champion of all time now. He literally said that this past week, and he's not there. He's a part-time champion, so that's kind of hard to believe that one. Oh, and there was something else I wanted to talk about too, because when I was listening back to the show last week, which was an excellent show, anybody missed that show needs to, after this show tonight, go back and watch the last show, because there was a lot of interesting things and topics we discussed, which was amazing with that epic rant that Trevor had. But yeah, I wanted to talk about with Roman Reigns and the championship, as far as like putting, getting that title away from him. There's a lot of different.
Hold on, because you about to jump. Yeah, you trying
okay,
to jump.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, we'll get the whole Roman. We'll get the whole Roman. Yeah, but I do agree. If anybody missed last week's show, man, last week's show was great. That that was one of those shows where you just like, all right, let's just start talking and let's see where it goes. Yeah, Michael come on and he start going off, and last week's show was great. There was something else I wanted to okay, so here's Bones coming in. There was something else I wanted to what's up, Bones?
Yo, what's up?
Damn, there was something else that I wanted to bring up. I didn't want to be done. I didn't want to be done with the AEW because there was one more thing I had to talk about with AEW, but then we got into this.
It's the European show?
No, it wasn't that. So we know about AEW Collision. For whatever reason, they're keeping CM Punk under wraps, so we know he's coming back anyway. Shit. I'll remember. I'll remember it. It's probably going to come to me soon. What's up, Bones?
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing?
Chilling. Yeah, we were just I don't know what you caught, but we got into this conversation that wasn't even planned. There was shit, we could have rolled out with that for the rest of the show.
Old school versus new school wrestling?
Yeah, like what do you if you could only watch one? Like for the rest of your life, you could only watch old school wrestling or you could watch a modern day product.
Or for me, because I'm a bit younger, my prime wrestling years, like watching wrestling was kind of the Attitude Era. It coincided with the Attitude Era. So for me, just the 90s wrestling in general was the best time for me. I know like the 80s was good too, but I feel like the 90s was like the best time.
But look at that, Venkat, look at that. He's much younger than us. Right. And he went to the 90s automatically. He didn't even say current wrestling. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Current wrestling is a spectacle. It's not. And for me, it's nothing that you're gonna remember.
I was a huge ECW fan too, so that was like prime ECW days, like 95, 96, 97 and stuff like that. So I was a huge RVD and Sabu, man. Those are my guys in ECW.
Yeah.
Man, there was something I was supposed to say. Damn it. What was it? So what's going on? What's going on in the world of wrestling, Bones? I'm gonna try to jog my memory.
MLW, after they had the Battle Riot, they're taking a little hiatus. I guess they're doing it in seasons or whatever.
That's good.
Yeah, as of right now, as it stands, Alex Kane, he won the Battle Riot, so he's going to face the champion, which is Alexander Hammerstone at some point. And then you got Ravens group, they still doing like a little takeover angle or whatever, so that's pretty cool. So right now, they're on the break, and as far as AEW, it was a big steel cage match last week between your boy Trevor John Moxley and Omega. And Kenny has a manager, Don Callis, and they're both from the same area in Canada. And he basically brought Omega into the business. And they, like longtime friends. He basically stabbed Omega in the back and stabbed him in the head with a screwdriver. And that led to the finish of John Moxley winning. So tonight they're going to follow up with that story and we're going to get our answers why things will be explained.
So I'm assuming Moxley bled buckets.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as it normally is, but he did bleed though. He was definitely bleeding.
So let me ask you a question. So John Moxley and Kenny Omega, I'm pretty sure it was a nice, great garbage match, whatever. Where Moxley got to bleed all over the place. So now when you watch them bleed every week for the past 20 weeks, what made him bleeding in this cage match special?
Well, I would say for Moxley himself, it's being like taken away, him being busted open, because it literally happens every week. And I feel like every show I done went to in person, he done bled, except for one. And I done been about 5 or 6 different shows. But so when Moxley bleeds, it's not as significant. But when you got somebody like MJF bleeding, or somebody like CM Punk bleeding, somebody that don't bleed every week, then it makes it more special.
How much better did that Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes match look with Brock bleeding all over the place? Because it doesn't happen ever.
Right, I agree. Because you never, especially on WWE television, or I can't remember the last time I've seen somebody bleed. I've seen it on NXT, but as far as like on the main roster, I can't remember the last time I've seen somebody bleed. I wish they would have followed it up on Monday, because Monday they blocked it out.
Oh God. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
So, speaking of bleeding and whatnot, what do you guys think about Finn Balor? Him wearing that stupid ass shirt that says 14 staples. Who the frig gets 14 staples and wears that as a badge of honor? Your dumb ass got punched in the head, messed up by your opponent.
What's worse is, why is he wrestling the next night?
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, the prostitution is heavy, and he got to pay that mortgage.
Yeah, but it's not like they're getting paid per show anymore. Like, they're getting the downside guarantee regardless.
See, that's what. See, Bones was talking about. They're gonna MLW is gonna they're gonna shut down for a little bit. WWE is illustrating right now how they could have really used an off season, and that off season should take
absolutely.
It should take place right after WrestleMania. Give the fans a breather, make them want to see people again, get them all. They could have had an exciting opening night. All this stuff could happen, but they just keep going constant. And that's what makes it so unspecial. They definitely need to have an off season, man.
We agree on that.
Well, what makes it worse is you had Xavier Woods fight Dominic Mysterio, and it was literally like the same match 2 weeks in a row, and it was like a similar finish too.
All right, y'all gonna keep jumping in the WWE stuff. I wanted to get to them last, but let's all right. So let's do this. I remember what I was gonna say, but there's there's something I remember what I was gonna say now. News came out. 2 things. News came out recently about the health of Randy Orton, and basically what his doctors are saying is it's time to wrap it up.
Right.
If Randy Orton never wrestles again, I could at least say that he's one of the guys that I was able to see wrestle a couple of times in person. Randy Orton is, as when it comes to just being a wrestler, like if I had to build a wrestler, it's Randy Orton. It got to a point where me and my wife were considering using Voices as our walkout song to our wedding. It was that serious with us and Randy Orton. Like, to me, Randy Orton doesn't get the flowers that he deserves, man, because they always give it to John Cena, they always give it to Batista, and they always give it to Triple H. Randy Orton has made more people. He's made more people's careers better than they done for him, because remember, Randy Orton is the one that put Mark Henry over twice. Yeah, like, hey man, if God, I hope that it's not true, man, but Randy Orton to me is that legend killer. And then he had, him with the world title, him with the big gold is, what's up, Mike? You can hit the panel if you want, Mike. Him with that big gold belt is like the greatest looking champion in WWE, man. Like, it's like the Winged Eagle belt goes with Bret Hart. You couldn't see Bret Hart with
that's a Hulk Hogan title.
Yeah,
that's Hulk Hogan's title.
No, Bret Hart looked better with that Winged Eagle.
I don't see anybody else holding that belt but Hulk Hogan.
No, Bret Hart looked better with that Winged Eagle. But
I'm not a fan of the Winged Eagle too much, because Mr. Perfect on Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night's Main Event, took a hammer and broke it, and it looked so cheap and like that looked so bad when he was breaking the damn title.
God. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I'm having a real sentimental moment here, and you see how he shits all over it. But you got, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy.
Randy, top 5 heel.
Huh?
Randy Orton is a top 5 heel for me.
Hell yeah, Randy Orton is the man. Like
it's his heel work. And like, remember when he had the Hell in the Cell match with Jeff Hardy, and he dug in his ear, his
ear. With the screwdriver, and then he turned it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Randy Orton, he's great. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, but he should go away. There's no reason to stay here right now.
But you want Sting around?
Yeah, because Sting is doing a different capacity. He's not the Sting of old.
You see what I hope
Randy Orton, if Randy Orton comes back, he's going for the title picture. He's going to be involved in everything.
I hope when you make graphics for the show, you do the delusional session. The Venkat's delusional session. Because this is some bullshit what you're saying right now.
I'm not. I'm not saying anything wrong. We know if Randy Orton comes back, he's not going to be nobody's manager. He's not going to be propping up anybody. He's going to be in there to try to win a title, mainly the championship.
I may have to put him in my top 10 of all time. Just if this is it, he's gonna have to go in my top 10. I gotta see who I'm gonna boot out.
So who leaving?
Yeah, that's why I had to see who I'm gonna boot out.
Oh Lord,
it may not be a hard choice. I mean,
God,
I just gotta go back to my top 10 and look. It may not be a hard choice, man. Randy Orton, because you gotta remember too, Randy Orton came around when like wrestling was just, man, when they were at that peak, when they were still getting 4 to 5 million viewers a week on Raw and shit like that. Like Randy Orton is, and I love his heel work. I never was a fan of his babyface runs, but to me, when he cut his hair and he would do the slithering, kissing Stephanie and just being a creep and man, Randy, because I love the bad guy. I'm a heel though. I love
being racist. Him being racist.
Well, who was being racist?
Randy Orton.
With who? Kofi,
Mark Henry, and MVP.
Oh, get out of here.
He also apologized for not understanding Black Lives Matter.
Well,
which is the opposite of racism.
Black Lives Matter is bullshit though, but we ain't gonna go there.
First of all,
the organization is bullshit, but the movement isn't.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, that's what I'm talking. When you say Black Lives Matter, that's what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the organization. I'm not talking about the cause itself. Black Lives Matter. Of course,
I'm always talking about the cause itself. I'm not talking about no damn organization. Anything could be an organization. They can make a name out of anything.
Well, hold up. I'm a little confused. Are you guys? This isn't you, Trevor. Are you guys really saying you don't love Randy Orton like that?
Well, I'm a huge Randy Orton
Vancat
fan.
Vancat doesn't like Vancat wants him to just disappear.
Here we go.
Just the stuff in Triple H's house. Just that alone. Just the turnaround slamming the fist. Yo, I thought he was gonna be Wolverine one day because one of them knuckles was gonna come through the skin. The way he used to punch the mat, like used to get amped up. Just the finisher. How he took an already established fantastic diamond cutter and made it into one of the most
RKO is better.
Yep.
That's literally what I'm saying. Stop hating.
Oh, okay. I just want you to end up there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he took an already established move that was already fire and took it to another echelon. And I know everybody likes what's the one with when dude he flipped off. I don't care. My favorite is the Jeff Hardy. The Jeff Hardy is the best RKO of all time.
The Evan Bourne one is pretty nasty.
Evan Bourne
was
crazy.
Fire. Bourne was fire, but I saw that one personally, and that it was the most smooth. It looked like they were dancing when he got Jeff. Randy Orton is lit. Just his character play. He's one of the best heels of all time. He's right behind Ric Flair for me. I'm good.
He could play any psycho in a movie, like
big
facts. Psycho.
Big facts. He needs to be in Cape Fear.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Vancat. I'm surprised Vancat didn't lose his mind when we said that the RKO was better than the diamond cutter.
Man, the Diamond Cutter is great, but Randy Orton's RKO is so smooth.
I'm
it's
shocked. I
pretty good.
cannot believe this.
No, because sometimes Diamond Dallas Page, there's like a hesitation, whereas Randy Orton's RKO just comes out of nowhere and bam, just really fluid. So that's the only difference.
It is
The one
smoothest.
against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, where Seth Rollins stepped on his head and he pushed him up.
Oh, that was fire,
man.
That was
damn,
fire.
man. I hope it's not true, man, and he's gonna make a comeback because they were talking about
retire.
They were talking about him feuding with Cody, but that's had Cody won the belt, but we all know what happened there.
I hope he does retire, bro. I hope he retires. I'm
should
tired.
retire.
Yo, the glut on WWE is insane. There's so many people that deserve a piece of a shot. I'm tired of Vince having his go-to guys, and no matter what, they're the only one. If these guys wouldn't work year-round if he would give other people a chance.
Yep.
Look how many years it took for Kofi to become something.
And that only happened because Mustafa Ali got injured.
Yeah, Ali got hurt.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the only reason that happened.
Look at what's his name. Look at Christian Cage.
Stickman.
Hey, first of all,
I like Chris. Don't
let me come for you.
Right now,
that's what Scott Steiner called him, Stickman.
Christian is lit.
Scott promos right now, some of the best heel promos.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, they waste so many people. Christian sat on that. He was on WWE doing nothing.
Yep.
Now him and Randy Orton had that great title feud in the summer of 2011. That was a good ass feud.
I'm saying, bro.
I think they flip flopped the title a little too much. I'm never a fan of that, but that was a good ass feud.
Bro, Vince McMahon is the worst thing that ever. He's the best and the worst. Young Vince McMahon is the best thing that ever happened to wrestling. Old Vince McMahon is the worst thing that ever happened to wrestling.
So speaking of Vince McMahon, I now remember what the other thing is I was going to say. So here's a little more about his the Endeavor deal. So he has it in the deal where the only way he could be ousted as chairman of the board is either by death, resignation, or what's the other thing? Something. So it's all on him. So that's why he sold to Endeavor, is because they wrote that in the contract where they basically can't get rid of him.
You remember when I said that, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I told you this was all him getting his homeboy to get his company back.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
Like how? That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying earlier, Venkat. Monday Night Raw was so good for like 9 months. No, every week wasn't great, but everything always made sense. SmackDown was must-watch TV for 9 months. Yep. The only thing that's recently changed is Vince McMahon and his mustache is back. And now it's stupid. Now it's stupid. Like, and I'm gonna get to it later, but it's stupid.
Yo, real talk. I'm starting to think it might be the mustache.
So it's him against his mustache.
The mustache might have a mind of its own. It might be like the what's that thing? The body snatchers, and the mustache is really in control. And Vince is like kidnapped right now. We might be tripping.
Let's think about this. Who do you know in their 70s? Really? Hey, what's up, Jerome? Who do you know? Wait, Tony Harvin is live talking about you, and he wants me to come on his platform. Tell him no. Tell him if he wants to talk to Mr. Straight Talk, he has to come over here. I'm doing something right now. I'm busy. So who do you but you welcome to stay. Who what was I going to say? Who do you know in your 70s right now, in their 70s right now, that's running anything good? That's like making good coherent decisions and stuff.
Right, because David Stern in the NBA, when he was alive, he knew when he had to hang it up, and he passed the torch on over.
And this ain't no indictment on old people, but you can't be in your 70s making decisions for younger people. You can't.
That's right, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Leave Joe Biden alone. You know he got pushed into that. He wanted to be home sleeping, living off that Heinz money.
But everybody act like Trump ain't in his 70s. Trump is like only what 3 years younger than them.
Yeah,
4
well,
years younger.
We could have
yeah,
had Bernie.
these 70 plus year olds, like you're trying to run organizations that are full of young people, and you're
Right.
making terrible decisions.
Right, because no matter what decision they make, they're not going to be around for the future. What's going to happen from those decisions? We have to live what their decisions are.
Y'all
That makes
thinking
no
too
sense.
deep. They don't care. That's all it is. They don't give a damn. Hey, it's not fair, Vince. Yeah. Let me get another billion. They don't care. Vince don't care about y'all. Vince don't care about me. I promise you. I think the mustache is a real entity. We need to shoot it off his face and see if he goes back to normal. I'm just saying.
Bones,
he commits a crime and then he tries to grow a mustache so he can't be noticed.
You know
that
what
wasn't
like?
me.
I don't know if you guys watch Family Guy. I know at least one other person on here watch Family Guy.
Family Guy is great.
You remember the episode where Brian bet Stewie on the boxing match? And
the orange juice.
Yeah, Stewie was whooping his ass, and then Brian put on the fake mustache.
Yes.
Talking about hello, and Stewie talking about good day to you, sir. And then he was like, "Well, wait a minute."
Nah, he was like, "How much did you pay for that mustache? $3." Ah! Burned his ass. That was the best scene ever in Family Guy.
Family Guy is so great. I love Family Guy. I just recently started back getting into it because I was a fan in like the first seasons when it was really, really good.
Yeah, that was.
Man. He's talking about good day to you, sir.
It was Family Guy, South Park, and King of the Hill.
Yeah, I love South Park.
Man, King of the Hill had an episode. Oh, well, we'll talk about that later.
So
I'm telling you got to kill the mustache. We got to shoot the mustache off his face, and then all of a sudden, Roman Reigns is going to lose the title that week. Bet money.
So yeah, right. So Bones, who what else going on in the world of outside of WWE before I get on said WWE?
Right now we're just getting ready for Double or Nothing that's coming up, not this weekend but next weekend, and that's like the biggest thing going right now.
And they got the big announcement about the $1 billion shows, right?
Yeah, Collision. Yeah, we already.
We talked about that one.
I'm still not a fan of like splitting up the brand. I'm not a fan of like.
I'm a fan of it. I just don't like why they're doing it. They're only doing it because of CM Punk. And I don't
see. But they're splitting it up so you never get any of the rivalries that you want. It's like a really shitty version of WWE 2K.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about it being on Saturday though? That's a terrible night for TV. Saturday notoriously is one of the worst nights for TV.
Yeah, that is questionable.
Yeah, I don't like
WWE used to have that Saturday show.
I would have rather them just compete with NXT again and put it on Tuesday or something. To be honest.
Yeah. I guess they didn't want to do the back-to-back though, Tuesday and then Wednesday.
Yeah, but I mean, any hardcore wrestling fan ain't gonna complain about that, you know.
So then that means you got to do Monday. So put it on Monday.
They'll
just put it on Monday.
If they put it on Monday, then they'll end up like TNA, and they'll see everybody complaining about WWE, but at the end of the day, people are still going to watch WWE.
That's fine. That's fine, but it just makes sense to do it because
they got advertisers. They gotta please, man. They're not gonna put them up against them. They'll put them up against NXT because they'll smash them, and they can say that that's a WWE product.
It's not everything is a competition. They just do what they do. They do what they do. Just go up against them and stop.
What country do you live in?
And you just told me at the beginning of the show how great the competition is and stuff like that. Now you're telling me,
and that's what I'm saying. Go on the same night, but don't worry about what they doing. Worry about what you're doing and handle everything and let it fall in place. At the end of the day, they're gonna command whatever audience they command. But there's a chance that AEW's fans will follow over and watch whatever they got going on as well. But the thing is to try to put your product in a time slot that's gonna kill you anyway, which is Saturday. You might as well go on a weekday that you know people are watching TV. whether they're watching NFL or whether they're watching NBA or whether they're watching WWE. There's already a 18 the 18 to 50 range people watching sports anyway. So they may channel surf to your junk. So don't worry about what you're not getting. Just do what you got to do. There's a thing called working up. You're not supposed to just debut and be the best. Just do it.
Venkat, on average, they get about 800 to 900,000. Raw gets like 2.7. So you put them on against Raw. Now that 800 to 900 is gonna drop to 600 easily.
Okay, but then you yourself said how WWE is struggling and making you annoyed, right? So what would happen? What would happen if you're in one of those annoyed segments and you're like, man, I don't want to watch this, and AEW is on right now? That will make you want to flip.
I wouldn't switch though. Force a habit. I just wouldn't switch because I don't watch Raw. I don't watch Raw live as it is anyway because I'm always doing this. So I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't do it.
They should just do it, man. They should just do it. Frig it. Just do it.
Hey, I will say, as an AEW fan, I was, having Triple H in Power. It kind of started making me it started making things way more competitive. Now that Vince is back in Power, I feel like now is the time where Tony need to, put it in high gear and try to really, do his thing.
Nah, he need to smarten up. He need to get a percentage of the company and call Triple H. Yo, my dude, this is yours if you come over. And if they were to ever go head to head, I would get all the superstars you have and tell them you work 1 day a week. You're gonna make this Monday show fire. I need CM. I don't care if you guys don't like each other. I don't care if you can't stand each other. To everything, take it to the. I'll do it like Master P back in the day. Everybody go make an album. Like everybody go make your best. I don't care. We putting everything out. Distribution be damned. Like if you want to go up against them, because it only goes one way. There is no I don't think there's that many AEW fans that are running to WWE. There's only going the other way. Because if you're at AEW, you've already given up on WWE. Because we all started there. That's the mothership.
That's very true.
So if you go,
there's only up for AEW.
Yeah, but three years in and they're still not cracking $1 million on their biggest show. Come on, man.
Wait, hold on. You don't turn a profit with a job for like 7 years.
Come on, man.
That's the average. You don't to turn a profit for a company for at least 7 years.
Now we're talking about adding another show, and I hope they do great only because it's more opportunity for the wrestlers to work. I'm at the end of the day, I care about the wrestlers. So even when I'm talking shit, it's not anything to do with their wrestling ability. I'm more about how terrible their booking and stories are. But AEW is what, 3 years in, 4 years in?
Yeah, but for a 3-year-old company, I would say they're doing pretty good.
Of course they are. They're going up against they're not going up against the top company. They're going up against the name. It's like when people say I'm going to Google something, they don't always mean they're going to Google. They mean they're going to a search engine. Every search engine is called Google. That is the level WWE is at. When someone says they're going to watch wrestling, they automatically think WWE. They're going up against that. And it's been 3 years and they're almost at $1 million.
Their problem is the way they came in. If they would have just came in and did their own thing, took care of their own business, I think they would have been better off now than what they are. They have all these stars that they came in. They're paying fantastic contracts, the guys that you never see on TV. Hopefully with this new show, Miro can get on the damn TV.
That's awesome.
But at what point Tony needs somebody else. Like Tony needs how Vince had Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson. He needs somebody else.
I don't know why I'm joking.
Because him trying to do it by himself ain't working.
Why y'all think I'm joking? I really think he needs to pay Triple H.
Triple H will be there soon, especially with Vince back in power.
I don't know why you keep saying that, Trevor.
I've been saying that for the longest. I'm dead ass serious. He need to give him a piece of the company, bring him over, let him run one of the shows, because the biggest problem in AEW is they have they have like 3 stars. That's their biggest star is CM Punk, and he hasn't been wrestling. That's whenever CM Punk wrestles, they get close to that million. Just because, and I'm talking about superstars. They don't have, WWE has all the superstars to the point where some of these superstars aren't even looked at as superstars because they're not getting no showtime.
Wait a minute, who's the other two AEW superstars outside of CM Punk?
Right now, the only ones they have is CM Punk. They got your girl.
Oh yeah, Jade Cargill is a superstar.
Jade Cargill with the abs, and it's a tie.
MJF.
MJF isn't a superstar. MJF is not a superstar.
MJF is not a superstar yet.
Omega is not a superstar.
He has all the intangibles, but he's not there. Sadly, and this is gonna seem crazy.
His numbers say he is a superstar.
His what?
Some of the highest rated moments involve MJF.
Yeah, when he was talking shit against CM Punk.
With CM Punk.
Nothing that he's doing on his own. Nothing that he's doing on his own.
So what he was doing with Bryan Danielson wasn't great.
That was fresh off the Bryan Danielson entry. That was off him.
No, that was
his Orton and Rollins at AEW. Yeah, right. You must have came in late. Orton's pretty much done. But no, yeah, MJF and his title run has been dick. You don't hear anything about it.
He's doing what Roman Reigns. You know that Roman Reigns has defended his championship more than MJF as far as like in a 1 year period.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. MJF does not do a lot of title defenses,
and that's because they capitulated. They should have.
Zay, hit the panel, man, because you keep doing all these one-line typing and stuff like that.
Dude, I can't see it. I want to see what he's saying.
Yeah, Zay the type that'll send you like message after message. He'll just hold on, man. Let me put this damn link back in here.
Yeah, I can't believe it when I saw that statistic that they were saying how MJF, as far as wrestling, he doesn't wrestle that often.
No, he doesn't.
And he's not big enough to do that right now.
Evidently, he is because he's doing it.
No, he's not.
He has Tony Khan by the balls because Tony Khan is terrified
of 2024.
Yes,
he's terrified.
Okay, so you just proved my point. If a guy wasn't as big as he says he is, nobody would be terrified of 2024. You would just let him go and be gone.
Sir, I could destroy that argument with an analogy.
That's a terrible argument.
How's that a terrible argument? Friggin' McMahon let Bret Hart go, and Bret Hart is one of the biggest stars he's ever had.
Because he had Shawn Michaels,
he had 15 other guys on that level.
He had Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, bigger stars.
Exactly.
Much bigger stars.
Oh, come on.
Tony Khan has nobody.
I'm saying, Venkat, listen, MJF, I like MJF, but MJF has not done anything in this business.
Oh my God!
To put him in the superstar category.
He is a superstar. You got to give it to the guy.
If you go to any person and you list off champions and you get to Roman Reigns, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, the WWF champion." You go to MJF, 9 out of 10, everybody's gonna say who?
Facts.
And you know it. They're gonna be like, "Who?"
He is a star. That's what I try to tell people when they talk about the NBA. There's
nobody
a difference
knows him
between superstar and star. He is a star. On the promo, he's fire as hell. Don't get me wrong, but he is a star. He is a great talent, but he is a star.
If MJF walked into WWE right now, people would lose their mind.
They would mid-card his ass.
They're not going to mid-card MJF.
They would mid-card. He would be the European champion next week.
They're going to resurrect the belt for his ass.
Facts. Facts. I'm telling you, he's going to be European champion. He's going to be going against that guy that grabs Gunther's robe. I'm dead serious. Yo, he's not looking. See, y'all act like I'm look at who's on the mid card for WWE. AJ Styles was just there. Finn Balor is living there. He's in tag matches. They have people, and these are people that are way above MJF.
Isn't AJ Styles in the championship match?
No, I'm talking about where he was before he got back here. He was down there doing that almost foolishness. But when he got knocked out the championship picture. I'm saying they have people in the mid card who would be superstars on AEW.
That's fine. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's how it should be. That's
right,
exactly
but
how it should
MJF
be.
is not messing with any of them.
But
I'm not understanding your argument, Van Cat, for real, man. Because
I'm saying you guys are belittling MJF.
We're not
I've seen enough from him to recognize the guy is great, man.
He's
the guy
not
is
a
great.
superstar. That's all
he is a superstar.
You are
He is a superstar.
conflating two different arguments. Is he a great wrestler? Yes. Is he great in the ring? Yes. Is he great on the mic? Yes. Is he great with customers and fans? Yes. Is he a superstar? No. Those are two totally different arguments. Am I fly? Yes. Am I hilarious? Yes. Am I awesome? Yes. Do I have a six-pack? No. Those things do not go together.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
I got one in the fridge. I can tell you that shit.
You feel me? You feel me? That's as close as I get to it.
So, Bones, what's going on the Japanese scene?
Not much right now. Sasha Banks, she recently lost her belt.
Yeah,
that's basically like the highlight over there right now.
You need to lose that hairstyle.
Yeah, she needed. And I'm not even gonna go on her this week. So, all right. So I wanted to say the WWE talk for last because there's just so much wrong with WWE. So let's get into this first. Let's look at this. Let's get into this first because I wish I had this visual last week. But let's look into this World Heavyweight Championship tournament because I got some of the matches mixed up last week. So the Raw side, you had Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, and The Miz. Finn Balor won that. You had Nakamura, Seth Rollins, and Damian Priest. Seth Rollins won that, ended up beating Balor, so he's on one side. So you mean to tell me you couldn't have added two more guys there and had 4 matches instead of 2 triple threats? Yeah, way to go, WWE. So now, in the biggest bonehead thing of the world, now we have the SmackDown side.
Wow.
So you got AJ Styles, Edge, and Rey Mysterio, which was a fantastic match. But Triple H said, this is exactly what Triple H said. Whatever brand Roman Reigns gets drafted to, he's that champion. And that's where he stays. Correct?
Yes.
I heard.
So why is SmackDown people wrestling for the Raw belt? It makes no sense. So
the only thing I could think of that they could do to help this is say that whoever wins will automatically get pushed over to Raw.
Then you just bastardize your draft.
For one piece of it.
No, because let's just say, well, hold on, let me get to the final. So AJ Styles won that. That was a really good match.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I read a report as to why, because I was trying to figure out, I feel the same way about you. The whole SmackDown side being in this is just crazy. But they said the reason why they did that is because they had NBA playoffs on Fridays, so they wanted to counteract the playoffs and put like a World Heavyweight title tournament on Fridays too.
Yeah, because that's going to work. Why not do a tournament to see who's going to be Roman's next contender? Oh yeah, but we're going to get to that one too. Hold on.
Yeah, that makes sense, Trevor.
So let's get to this first. Let's knock this one out. So AJ Styles won his triple threat match. Good match, really good match. Austin Theory against Lashley against Sheamus. That one wasn't as good, but it was good. So the finals ended up being AJ Styles against Lashley, where AJ Styles ended up winning. So now you have in Saudi Arabia, Night of Champions, Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Now, it should be a gimme, right? That Seth Rollins is going to win this, correct?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I like AJ Styles.
But and I guess we'll have to do predictions next week because the show is what next? Isn't that? Yeah, it's next Saturday.
No.
Yeah, the 27th.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, this is next Saturday.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, go ahead.
So I still think Seth Rollins will win, but we're not sure because WWE. So let's just say AJ Styles wins. Let's just say AJ Styles win.
Okay.
And so now you have AJ Styles, SmackDown competitor AJ Styles is now the world heavyweight Raw champion. So now in theory, AJ Styles should now go over to Raw, correct?
Yes.
Didn't they draft the entire club with AJ Styles? So now is the club also going to go over to Raw?
Hey, stupid. It's the power of the Whopper Jr. title.
But so what would have been so hard to make so you add two more, so you got what? Two, so you have a 16-man tournament of Raw guys. And I'm gonna say why you should have just used all Raw guys later, because if you really wanted to counteract the NBA playoffs, you could have had a WWE undisputed tournament to face Roman. But no, guess what our favorite wrestling company is doing? They're taking their world champion who never defends his belt ever. Anyway, and now they're putting him and Solo to go against the tag team champions. So now you're gonna have Roman Reigns, who hasn't lost. Roman Reigns hasn't been pinned since 2019 or 18. And he hasn't lost a match in forever. So two things are going to happen. Either Roman and Solo are going to beat Sammy and KO, or Roman Reigns is going to suffer his first loss, not for his title. So you tell me how the hell that makes any sense in the world.
I can tell you why they're gonna do. Well, I can tell you a plan that won't make sense, but it might be what they're trying to do. But I honestly think they're trying to give Sami Zayn a look. I think they want to give him a pin on Roman since he didn't get the title. They want to see what it'll look like with him beating Roman and what kind of pop they could get, because they're not going to sully Solo.
Well,
Solo's the future.
I would say
sully Solo.
I was thinking that with this whole situation, didn't you say, Trevor, that Sami Zayn has an issue with going over to Saudi Arabia?
Obviously, now he can go now.
They fixed it.
They fixed it.
Are we sure about this?
No, it's been fixed.
It just came out. Yeah.
Syria, Saudi Arabia, they signed a treaty like apparently 2 months ago and squashed their beef. That's why Sammy's allowed to come over there now.
Okay.
Yo, I heard somebody, and this isn't mine. I just want to tell y'all what I heard. Somebody came up with this wonderful, wonderful storyline where Sammy pins Roman, and then Solo starts looking at Roman like, you did all this and you shitted on my brothers.
But that'd be great.
But you lost to the same dudes that beat my brothers?
Yeah, that would be greeyt.
And then here's the caveat. This is the part right here that really got me. And then on his Supreme Snake shit, Paul Heyman starts leaning and moving on over to Solo to do the Solo, him and Solo to do to Roman what him and Roman did to Brock.
So that means that'll never happen.
I'm just saying, but look, check it out. That would be the perfect way to stab him in the back to get the titles off Roman finally. And then Roman
you gotta hit him with a steel chair. You gotta hit him with a steel chair. That's the only way.
That's the only way to get him down.
But who would be the one to take the belt off of him? Solo?
Man, you know who I think it's supposed to be, but ain't nobody gonna listen to me.
Hey, listen, if AJ Styles wins, then they should do a trade for Cody Rhodes to SmackDown, and that'll be Cody can get to SmackDown, because that's the only way he can finish up his story is by winning that belt. He can't win the World Heavyweight belt.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
You see how ridiculous this is, where we got to come up, us as fans got to sit here and try to come up with these wild ass scenarios that's much better than what they got planned. Because what they got planned is probably going to be a DQ finish where the Usos are going to come out and inadvertently cause Solo and Roman to lose. That's what's probably going to happen. Or the worst thing that can happen is that Roman and Solo beat them for the belts.
Oh, and then
the night of champions should have been the Iron Man tournament. And all these guys should have been the whole night should have been dedicated to that World Heavyweight title.
It originally was supposed to be the King of the Ring, but they changed it when Roman was, because he's going to have 1,000 days there. So they planned this big coronation thing for him, but I guess they aren't doing that either.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, there's one word that explains all of this. Y'all have not been listening to me. One word explains it all. Mustache.
The mustache.
Mustache, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it's an evil entity. We need to get salt, and we need to get holy salt, blessed in the tears of Jesus, and sprinkle it on the mustache. I promise, as soon as it hits, it's going to look like One Piece, two Yonkos hitting each other. The sky's going to split. All right, well, I guess y'all don't watch One Piece. That was funny in my head, but forget
that. So I think somehow at the end of the night of Night of Champions is going to end up looking like this.
You better not be showing that Roman. I think that's coming. Yo, he want to be Kenny Omega so bad.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Look at that waist. That waist is extended.
I mean,
bro, the NXT's on his titties, bro. That's a titty belt.
I mean, at what point does WWE say enough is enough? You're calling this guy the undisputed WWE champion when now you have a world title, so that makes the belt it's disputed now. So therefore, you can't do that anymore.
They might as well just do that, man. Just let Roman win all these damn belts, man.
Who wouldn't want to see AJ Styles versus Roman again? Who wouldn't want to see Bobby Lashley against Roman? No, we're getting our champion who barely wrestles, who barely shows up on TV, and when he does show up on TV, he doesn't get physical. All he does is tell you to acknowledge him. And now he's going to go for the tag team titles.
He does get physical. He beats up his little cousins.
This shit is stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb.
Of course it is. It's the mustache.
Stupid.
Why do you think I stopped watching in the first place? It's dumb as hell. They lucked into the bloodline. They lucked into the blood. They didn't know this was going to work. They were still trying to push him as a top baby face.
Yep.
They had to get forced to make him a heel. You don't remember? This is Vince.
Man, this shit just makes no sense. You got a tournament to prove to get a Raw champion. Okay, fine, cool. Raw's gonna have their champion. Seth Rollins is gonna defend that belt every month. Cool. SmackDown has all these guys, no contenders lined up. No contenders. So you mean to tell me Bobby Lashley is going to be chasing Theory for the rest of his life? No contenders lined up.
He's better than that fucking belt.
None.
Oh, did you hear?
This shit don't make any sense, man. Like is almost making me, and this is why we had that conversation earlier, Venkat, because of shit like this. At least when I watched wrestling back in the day, you could say, oh yeah, some of that was goofy, but whatever they did, there was a means to an end. Now is literally just, let's see how much dumb shit we could do because they're still going to watch.
But in the 90s and the 80s, you might hear, that ain't going to work for me, brother. And then the whole thing changed.
Man, this shit is dumb. It's stupid.
Why do you think AEW exists?
Another very WWE thing too was Mustafa Ali winning the Battle Royal.
That one's next, because
bro, listen, he been losing for like the past 2 years. He won a match last week and then won again the Battle Royal. And as soon as it came down to the final four, everybody pretty much knew who it was. Mustafa Ali, because he's a Muslim descent. That's
why they're gonna do it.
Oh boy, that's so lame. I don't like that when they over cater.
They're booking for a country that he's not even from. He's American. He was born in Chicago.
Oh Lord.
No business.
But that hair is Muslim.
He has no.
That's another Nikita Koloff, Minnesota.
Hey, I heard Seth Rollins is doing a movie. That's why they're not gonna give him the belt.
Yeah, he's in the new Captain America.
Yeah, that's why they're not gonna give him the belt, because he might not be able to defend it all the time. Sounds like someone else I know.
Wow.
That would be the biggest travesty in the world if Seth Rollins doesn't win that belt. Like, because Seth Rollins, I mean, Seth Rollins is on a whole nother level when it comes to anybody in the company, with the exception of Cody. But
no,
I mean,
he got more reactions than Cody.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. That when he gets out there with that music and he starts coming, the crowd goes crazy, man.
Who?
Yeah. Seth Rollins.
Man, if you don't go sit down somewhere,
I know
he is over as hell, man.
Got one of them old CRT TVs. His tuning ain't good.
Oh Lord,
I don't know what the hell he thinking about.
He watching SD. You got SD audio.
You guys, man.
Seth Rollins is third. He is the third dude.
Seth Rollins has the people eating out of his hands.
After Sammy and after Cody.
Nope.
And people can't wait to say whoa like dumbasses.
No.
Wow, shut your dumb ass up.
Yeah.
So Bones, what did you think about the so Gunther comes out. Gunther comes out
champion.
Like Gunther looks like a badass. So
he should be world champion already.
But he's standing on the table, which was crazy. He's just casually standing on the table while they have this battle royal of a bunch of bums. But if they could put 20 bums in a ring to fight for Gunther's belt, why couldn't they have filled up the world title slot with a 16-man tournament? Somebody has to lose, right?
Yep.
So now Gunther's just gonna beat the shit out of Ali. Ali's gonna get a few hope spots, and then boom, it's done.
And it's like they kind of devalue the match by putting like the maximum male models and stuff like that in there. You know, like
exactly.
They got no shot, and ain't no way they should even be in the match near Gunther's belt.
Boy, this is the time. This is the time. Tony Khan, this is the best time of your life. Vince, they're gonna start shrinking. They're gonna get under 2 billion. This is the time to put on your best shit.
Yep.
This is the time to make Jade Cargill make that next step, because you're fucking up the Outlaws. You fucking that up. It's time for Cargill to make a step. Get her in the lab and make her shit tight.
Hey, but listen,
big dog title.
The thing is, she has been in the lab and she hasn't like progressed the way that she should have been. The way that I feel.
Somebody else.
I don't care. Get somebody else. They building her up so Sasha could come in and squash her.
Oh boy,
they better not ever do that.
You know that's what's happening.
They better not ever do that.
What they doing?
Know that's what's happening.
It might score off it. Door.
Nah, they better not ever do that. There's so many people Sasha could come squash. She come squash Tony.
Why Sasha Banks is all skinny? She shouldn't be squashing anybody.
Man,
I don't. That's another thing with wrestling, man. The unbelievability. Huh?
Hey,
you guys
sat there and watched AJ Styles beat up. What's his name?
Who?
Big dude in the tournament.
What big dude?
Oh, Bobby Lashley.
You just watched AJ Styles beat up Bobby Lashley. AJ Styles 5'6".
But he used his mind though. That's different.
But that's technical skills at work.
That's like Bret Hart beating. That's like Bret Hart beating Bam Bam Bigelow in that King of the Ring tournament. He used his mind.
He used his mind to beat up the muscles. All right, y'all roll with that.
Yeah, I mean the shit.
Y'all roll with that. Well, guess what? Sasha used the same mind then.
Nah.
Fuck out of here.
People. She's so small.
So is AJ. She taller than AJ.
Yeah.
Fuck you talking about?
AJ is a pit bull.
And Sasha's a half breed mound mutt Yorkshire Terrier.
Yeah, Sasha Banks. I don't know. I see why people why people have the appeal for her, but it'll be a travesty if she comes in and just beats Jade. But that's probably what they'll do. But speaking of women,
what do you think about Paige?
She's terrible.
Paige is not terrible, but they know exactly. You know why they'll never do that to Jade? Because they watch what happened to Goldberg. Remember when that streak ended?
Oh yeah.
They'll never do that. They saw what happened when they let Goldberg's streak end for no freaking reason.
Yeah, but you can't be undefeated forever. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be a person that walks in. It's gonna be somebody that grinds. It's gonna be somebody that it's gonna be somebody that's like, if she loses, it needs to be against DMD or
it's gonna be Chris Statlander.
Or Statlander, it needs to be up there. Or if they're trying to push Bunny, if they finally give Bunny something to play with.
Did you say the Bunny?
Hey, my nigga, Bunny is fired. Back up off Bunny.
Come on, man.
Back up off Bunny. Bunny's
come on, man. That's what I'm saying. That's
the Bunny.
So why did they get rid of Blue Pants? Blue Pants was over as hell in NXT. Leva Bates.
Oh, Leva Bates. Yeah. She never wrestled on she wrestled on Dark, but never got the time.
They should have brought Athena back.
No, she's in ROH.
Is she in ROH?
No, I'm talking about they should have had her in AEW.
They did, and Jade Cargill beat her. It was like a terrible feud.
Man, they fuck up every
because Athena has no charisma. She's a good wrestler, but she has zero appeal.
They need to put her and Jade Cargill in the lab.
Athena is a tremendous wrestler, but she has zero appeal, like zero.
Put them both in the lab. You know who I really love from AEW? That white girl Nikki and the black girl Lashes or whatever her name is.
Lashes?
Lash something. The big tall black girl.
It's a girl named Lash Legends, but
that's an NXT. Lash Legend is in NXT.
That's what I said. I said WWE.
No, you said AEW.
No, I said, you know who I love?
The first one was in AEW. The second one, I think, is NXT, I believe.
No, they're both NXT. It's Lash and it's Nikita Lyons or something.
Yeah, Nikita Lyons. That's Zay's girl there.
Yo, them two gonna be fire in the future.
Yeah, but all
need to steal him.
Yeah, Nikita.
What company has the best women's wrestling league division?
The Japanese one.
Yeah, the Japanese one.
The all girl Japanese wrestling one.
Over Impact.
Yeah,
way over Impact.
Okay.
Because like Mike said before, they got these factions and it's kind of like gang wars, and they different kind of styles, and it's pretty animated.
My nigga, they go so hard at the end of the match, they just line on the ground and they got to give interviews from their back. My nigga, they go hard. Yeah. I'm not joking. I'm dead.
They hit each other so hard, and the strikes are so brutal. It's
what
crazy,
bro. That shit is insane. When I watched who was it, Ted Nicotero, something like that. Man, she went so hard, bro. I ain't never seen no stuff. And I'm talking about like they going move for move with the dudes. It ain't this soft, foolish grab the hair and throw crap like they do over here in WWE. Ugh. I grab your hair and I throw it. That's actually a moveset. Man, you got me messed up.
Well, we criticize, like, WWE women have gotten a lot better. Like, they not doing the stupidness anymore. They
because of the four horsewomen.
You got because Charlotte and Rhea Ripley is just tremendous all around.
And the man.
Bianca, I'm not a big Becky Lynch fan, but Bianca Belair, which I need to get to, Bianca Belair. So she moves over to SmackDown, still the Raw Women's Champion, I might add. So let's not forget that she still has the Raw belt. So they're in her hometown, so you know something stupid is about to happen. So okay, she's in her hometown. Hey, why not do something exciting? Why not have her next contender attack her? They did, but guess who her next contender is? Her fucking WrestleMania opponent, Asuka.
Hey, Trevor, last week, bro, I remember I think me and Van Cat was talking about how WWE, they always ruin their hometown talent when they go to their hometown. They
Yeah.
always ruin that because instead of doing something where she can have a match or put her over or whatever, you got to have her opponent come out and ruin it, and just shit all over the segment. And like you said, her opponent is Asuka, somebody who she already beat at
Who she
WrestleMania.
just beat at WrestleMania.
It's like a revolving door, the same thing, back to back, the same old thing.
But they are booking.
The
They
mustache
don't have
has
nothing.
$1 million bets to
This
see
is
what
the
it can make
same
you guys
company.
watch.
And that segment was terrible because they forced Bianca to act too much. When she got misted in her mouth. She had to sell that it went in her eyes, and the whole time she's sitting there just screaming like crazy. Asuka's dancing around like a bumbling idiot. Like
I don't know why they're spreading COVID all over the ring.
I'm telling you, man, like to me, SmackDown was like must-see TV for the longest. And to me, I don't even watch SmackDown anymore like I used to. I'll catch the end to kind of see whatever the main event is, but I just can't. I can't commit my time to it anymore.
I can beat that. I don't even watch them anymore. I wait till it come on YouTube.
Exactly. That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, she's SmackDown's champion, but has the Raw belt, and then you got Rhea having the SmackDown, but it's just a bad aesthetics.
Why don't they just have them switch? You remember when New Day and the Street Profits were champions and they got drafted to opposite brands? What did they do? As stupid as it was, they were in the back and they just switched titles.
Because the mustache wants to see what you guys.
Why am I being announced as the Raw champion and now I'm exclusive to SmackDown?
Because you're gonna keep watching. That's why.
Bro, this shit is
until you WWE exclusive assholes make a move and say, that's it, Vince. We're tired of you and the mustache. We're gonna stop watching. Until that happens, he gonna keep popping off and doing what he wants. You're never gonna stop it.
I don't think a time will come where I'll ever just completely stop watching. It'll be like, especially now that we're doing this show, like I guess no way in the hell I could stop watching. What'll happen is it'll go to how it's been, where I'll just catch up on the highlights.
That's what I'm
and that's it.
WWE or USA. That's what I'll be watching.
I can't commit 3 hours on a Monday. Hell, if I want to commit 3 hours on a Monday, I'll just make the Man Talk Monday show longer. Because that's way more entertaining than anything that's happening on Raw.
Big fact.
I mean, come on, man. Like,
I wish you were joking, but you're not.
No, hell no, those Man Talk Monday shows be fire.
Yeah, man.
Man, I don't know. I'm so dumbfounded. Like I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. 9 months of great TV. But now on SmackDown, you got Tegan Nox. I haven't seen Tegan Nox in forever. Why couldn't you have Tegan come out and challenge Bianca? It don't have to be a feud. Just let it be a one-off hometown. Give Tegan a shot so people could at least see Tegan in a showcase match.
Where did Indy go?
Indy's hurt. Indy's hurt, but she's on Raw.
Okay.
Don't you still got the NXT Tag Team Champions on Raw or SmackDown?
Yeah. Why haven't I seen Isla Dawn and Alba Fire?
Because they don't care.
Why draft them then?
Because NXT, they probably had a nice little crop of new people come in and they had to get them off the channel. So they're like, all right, you guys go up.
Why not make them lose their belts then?
Because of the mustache. It's like you're not listening to me.
Like I'm okay.
It all revolves around the mustache.
It's the mustache.
I'm okay with Alba and Isla coming up because they're great. They need to be on a bigger scale. But why bring them up with their titles? Oh, and by the way, the people that were going to challenge them for the titles, you draft them to the other brand. Bro, this shit is so stupid. It's like
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. All that happens, right, is Vince wakes up, the mustache gives him a dream, and then he goes, "That's what we should do instead," and then he'll just change the show around. And that I guarantee you, there was like a nice, concise plan for the draft. And then once Vin got into power, he was like, fuck that. And he just changed it all up because he knows better.
More than likely, that is what happened.
That's what happened.
This shit just made no.
He was like, no, and we're gonna have the Raw champion on SmackDown. Bro, it's fucking Vince.
This shit makes no sense, bro. Like man, I'm supposed to be the remember Venkat always accused me, oh, you the WWE fanboy, oh, I can't find one thing that they're doing that I'm like, boy, you know what, that's good. Because Gunther got, I can't even say Gunther because he got married, so he's been out for a while.
It's not his fault.
When he wrestles, it's going to be great, but I mean, outside of that, what?
They're going to fuck Gunther up. You'll see.
See, now they would have avoided all these problems. All these problems could have been avoided had they just ended the season, let these guys recuperate and rest, and restart after about a month or two.
Had Cody been the damn champion,
no, Cody has nothing to do with it. They needed to shut down shop, let the writers work on storylines going forward instead of going right from WrestleMania right into Raw and then continuing the same slide. They should recoup.
They have money galore and fighters galore. They could easily rotate out their stars, upgrade some of their mid grades to higher, and let some of the top stars disappear for a couple of months.
It's true. Yeah, it's true because the top stars are going to be top stars. They're already top stars. So the time that they're gone, they could be rising their star instead of being languishing in the bottom or in the middle.
This is what I'm saying.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
They'll never do it because Vince only cares about long hair and muscles. That's it.
It's just like in the 80s, like a guy, there you go, old guy again. The like a Bruiser Brody would come in and do a shot for like 6 weeks and then he'd be gone. I mean, 6 weeks is a little too short now, but if you should rotate your wrestlers out every 3 months, and you'll never go stale, and the story would have to end. I mean, you could do an injury angle, you could do anything, but you keep it fresh, and
and it will make WrestleMania even more important because that's one event everybody's going to be there. You know, so it makes things more meaningful. But this degraded garbage that they're seeing right now, where they're just treading water, that's pretty much what they've been doing.
They have a problem ending feuds and like ending payoffs because, you know, like back in the day, WrestleMania or a big steel cage match was the finale to a feud, and that was it. You know, and it's like you'll have like Finn Balor and Edge fought in the Hell in the Cell, and that was it. And you know, I'm happy with that. But as far as Bianca and Asuka going at it again, and Sammy and the Bloodline still going at it, it's just, when is it going to end? You know.
I was watching the video. Okay, I'm sorry, Bones. Go ahead.
No, they don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad, Bones.
No, I'm done. Go ahead, Mike.
They don't invent anything. I'm telling you, all the shit that works is by mistake. All the shit. Sammy wasn't playing. No, I'm being dead serious. Sammy wasn't
I know you are. That's why it's so funny. It's sad and funny.
Stupid, bro. Sammy wasn't playing. They didn't know what to do. That's why Sammy was always popping in doing stuff. Sammy made himself hot, and then they didn't know what to do with him, so they gave him the tag titles. Like, they don't know what to do. And now they're like, in their mind, they were like, well, Sammy doesn't have any muscles, so he'll be hot for 2 weeks and then they'll forget about him. And he's still hot, and they're like, oh, God, what are we going to do? We're going to make him beat Roman. Okay, but we got to make sure the belt stays on Roman. Like, it's just, there's no plan. They make billions of dollars. They could hire a whole new writer squad that does nothing but future writing. That's all they do. All they do is, what should 2025 WrestleMania be? Can we build from there? Like, they can have a whole writing team that just starts from the day after the the Raw after WrestleMania is supposed to be the crazy one. That could be the beginning. And you guys start from right now and make some fly shit. Give me some fly ideas.
They're still hoping they're getting Roman versus Rock next WrestleMania.
Oh, bro, you know they trying to get that because nothing is better than a 50-year-old man walking back in to fight your guy with what's sickle cell? What's he got? Leukemia? What's he got? The fuck? Yeah. Why use any of the people you're paying millions of dollars to?
Yeah.
Look at how they've wasted all the Japanese talent they've ever gotten. They wasted. They got Mr. Strong Style looking like a bum. They got Oscar looking like a moron. They just brought AJ Styles. AJ Styles and Finn Balor should have been joined forces and had a crazy push where they intimated that it was Bullet Club. They should have been did that. Been. It is the biggest fucking brand in wrestling. They should have been did that. I would have had what's it called? ICP, whatever the fuck. I'd have had them dudes suing me every week. They're trying to steal Bullet Club. I sure the fuck am. I would have robbed that shit. I would have had that shit popping. I would have had that against the Bloodline. Bro,
yeah, I said that earlier. I said that those other Judgment Days and Imperial and all those, they should have been feuding with the Bloodline with Sami Zayn still in it. Bro, they still had more to do there.
They got so much, bro. Bro, ask Trevor. Trevor, tell him if I'm lying or not. Every other week, Trevor will say something about wrestling, and I'll just invent some fly-ass wrestling storyline. I don't know. I'll be like, oh, and then this person do this and this, and then he'll be like, well, nah, what about this and this? And I'm like, okay, and then I switch it on the fly. And I'm just one doofy-ass dude.
So
telling me a bunch of motherfuckers paid to sit in the room, can't come up with hot shit?
Did you guys see the it was like a online interview segment in the back with Sami Zayn and his partner. Yeah, I forgot his name already.
KO?
Yeah. So they were in the back being interviewed with some lady. And KO was just he was sitting down on a chair. Sami Zayn is standing there trying to be interviewed, and he's just sitting down in a regular office chair next to him. And it was like this awkward moment. And Sami Zayn is just looking at him like, are you gonna just sit down when we're being interviewed like this? He's like, I'm tired. I'm really tired. So like they're going back and forth like a married couple. And Sami Zayn is like, this just looks bad and it's so unprofessional, bro. And he's like, just go. So then he gives Sami Zayn the chair. And then he's like, oh, no, I don't want to sit down. And then he gives the chair to the woman interviewing them, and she sat down. It was just this odd moment. It was like, I guess they were trying to like put like friction between them in a funny way.
Why are they still doing that? Why are they still teasing friction between them two?
I don't know.
You know why?
I don't know.
Because they're gonna lose the belts, and then
it looked like it. It looks like that.
The NXT feud all fucking over again because that's all they see Sami Zayn at. They see him as KO and KO as him, and they're always going to stand in the middle of the ring and punch each other 90 times in a row. That's what they see.
Yep. You know, Mustafa Ali, I'm thinking about it. He shouldn't have won that damn battle royal. Johnny Gargano should have won it.
Of course,
give me Gargano versus Gunther any day.
Yeah. Anybody could have won it. Like,
bro, Mustafa Ali should have. What's that dude? Was it Tommy Dreamer that used to lose every time? And then
yeah,
crazy storyline out of it. That should be what Mustafa Ali's doing if he's gonna keep losing. They should have him looking like homeboy that had kids. What's his name?
Oh, Heath Slater.
Yeah, I got kids.
What is he up to? What is he doing?
Last I checked, he was in Impact.
Yeah, he's in Impact.
Yeah.
I like Heath Slater. I bought that shirt that said I got kids. I need this job.
Bro, that shit was so funny.
That shit was funny, man.
That was so funny, bro. Brock didn't give a shit.
Yeah, Brock said, "Man, you got kids. I got kids too. So I don't give a shit about your kids."
Yo, poor Heath Slater, man.
Man,
bro, this is the worst. That's my dissertation.
So all right, we're gonna go around the table. Just we're gonna close this out because my throat's starting to get messed up again. I guess we go down around the round robin. So Michael, go ahead and close us out.
All right, everyone. The dream scenario is Linda McMahon sneaks in Vince's house with a pair of clippers. And then we wake up the next day, the sun is shining, Vince quits, goes to a nursing home, and Triple H takes over WWE and AEW. Oh, it'd be awesome. Oh, if only. That's all I gotta say. Someone, either that or somebody shoot. I can't say. All right, you know how I feel. Get rid of Vince.
All right, man. I read the report like you did, Trevor, about Randy Orton. I really hope it ain't true because he's definitely one of my favorite wrestlers. So I'm hoping that that's not true. I'm looking forward to the AEW angle of the Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Yes.
And go eat.
Jimmy.
He ain't winning anything.
Yo, Van Cat is a top shelf hater, yo.
I'm not a hater. I'm a realist.
I respect it.
Basketball team.
Huh?
Who's your basketball team?
Portland Trailblazers.
Okay.
Man, if you don't go sit your ass in the corner.
Portland Trailblazers.
You talk about no rings.
You and Dame need
we
to go.
Had 1977.
Sing Kumbaya.
We got our 77.
Man, you romanticized in 1977.
1977.
You weren't even born then yet.
I'm a
It
Knicks
doesn't
fan.
matter.
I'm a Knicks fan, so I can't talk shit.
The Knicks is just ridiculous.
Hey, we
that's
lose
the
the
only
playoffs,
team that they lose all the time for decades, and then they get in the playoffs and they act like they're the 8-time defending champions.
Nah, that's the
crazy.
Cowboys. But go ahead.
So I'm closing out. A lot of random things that come to mind. I wish that the show on the 27th, the Night of Champions, I wish that was an Iron Man tournament. I wish that the whole show just focused on the world heavyweight title instead of having these other matches. I don't think that was necessary. I think that was a missed opportunity there. I think that I would like to see Gunther finally get to world title contention. I think Roman Reigns at this point with those 2 belts, it's to the point where if I kind of want to see him win the tag team ones too, because it's like might as well just happen. And another thing I was thinking was because Roman Reigns had made the comment a few days ago. He was like the Bloodline main evented WrestleMania night 1 and night 2 were the only ones that's ever going to do that, and the only ones that's done it. I was just thinking, what would have been better is if he would have defended his title on night 1 and night 2. That would have been awesome to see that happen. So if he would have lost on,
That's what we thought was going to happen.
That would have been amazing if he would have done that, and that would have been great. Defend against Sammy, defend against Cody. Yep. And if he lose against any one of them, then whoever won would then face that other person. And that could be so many interesting things that could possibly happen. A lot more interesting than what's happening now. So just wish they would do some more exciting things, but we'll see.
Well, all right, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one down.
Yo, if Roman wins the tag titles, I'm gonna have to host the show next week because Trevor's head's gonna explode.
and here's the thing, and I like Roman Reigns is one of my favorite wrestlers, but it's just at this point the better story is him losing his belts and now him going crazy trying to get them back. Almost
but
like
I think that's what this is all about, though. I think that's what they're building to.
Rings.
They're building to that, I think. At the moment,
the 3 months overkill.
I know, and I get that.
Exactly.
I get that. But at the moment that he loses, that's going to be huge. They may even report that on regular news. It might be that big.
Hey, that's true.
Man, that shit don't make any. Yeah, you're right. 3 months overkill for real. Because if it would have happened when it was supposed to,
it would have been huge.
It would have been huge because all this time he could have been losing his mind, just beating the hell out of everybody to find some way to get his belt back. Bro, what I'm hoping happens at Night of Champions, this is what I'm hoping happens. I mean, just to hell with it now, is that the World Heavyweight Championship match is what main events the show. Roman and Solo win the tag team titles. Roman beats up whoever is supposed to face Seth Rollins, and then he goes on and beats Seth Rollins to be the World Heavyweight Champion, and he just walks out with everything.
That would be amazing.
I mean, because at this point, since they're saying that WWE is only about Roman Reigns, let's just do that. Let's just say forget everybody else. Put him in Money in the Bank so he could cash in the contract on his own self. So let's just do that.
But what if WWE has a talent that can come in that's under the radar at the moment that we're not thinking about, and they could have Roman do that, and then Triple H would be like, "Well, you've dominated this entire organization. There's nobody in the company," and then boom, somebody music hits, and that person comes out. You know, it could be an opportunity there to where there's a
Cody Rhodes.
His name is The Rock.
Well, there you go. There you go. I was going more with The Rock.
You hear the delusional? No, hell no. By next week, you need to have the delusional segment thing because listen,
why is it delusional?
You just said that what if they have a talent that's under the radar? So you're basically saying somebody that had no buildup come in and beat Roman Reigns, but when Cody came in with the same story, you said that it was too early.
It's not true. That's not what I'm saying.
So what are you saying then?
What I'm saying is that he did destroy everybody on the roster that's major. So if somebody out of nowhere, this is like Ultimate Warrior coming out for Honky Tonk Man when he did the open challenge.
I know
this
who
is like
too. I know who you want.
Who?
Big E.
Oh my God, that would be good too. I don't know if his neck is fully healed, but that would be awesome to have him. You know, somebody that just even Randy Orton, you know, just somebody that comes out of nowhere that we're not expecting. And when you just at your lowest moment, everybody's like, oh my God, Roman got the tag titles. He's got the undisputed title. Now he's got the World Heavyweight title. Then the show's about to end, and then this person comes out. And Triple H just said, ring the bell. I mean, that would be amazing to see that go down. That would be a huge moment.
If I could pay for it, I would hope it was CM Punk. But moving along.
Yeah.
That's the worst idea I ever heard.
Of course it is, but Van Cat likes that shit.
Oh boy.
Van Cat just because again, this is why me and Van Cat getting these arguments all the time.
There we go.
He legit said that it was too early for Cody Rhodes. He was so convincing that he made Bones change his mind. To where they both was like, oh yeah, you know what? It's too early for Cody. He hadn't gone through any adversity. So now he's saying, let's just bring any random Joe Schmo off the street and have him beat Roman before the show goes off the air. That's what he's saying.
Oh my God! So we watched this over the decades with Money in the Bank scenarios, but this is hard to obtain in your mind.
No,
this is elite. This is elite too high. This is elite too high.
What would be their end to get in? At least with Money in the Bank, you got the Money in the Bank briefcase.
I'm just saying. You beat everybody in the freaking company. Man. You know, I'm just saying.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. I mean, he did do that. He beat everybody. There's no big name in WWE that he did not pin.
They need to bring.
So you're at a conundrum. You're at a conundrum at this point. You can't just pretend like that didn't happen.
They got to bring Braun Breaker up and have him just destroy Roman. That's the only thing you can do.
But that's time. That's a process. I'm just saying. Make a huge payoff.
That's the process.
Or they could have had Jay White do it if they got him.
Who?
The guy they were trying to sign.
Well, what I'm talking about, it would have to be a specific type of talent. That
it would have to be Okada. Okada, I got it. It would have to be Okada. That's it. Okada is the only person that could come do it.
No, I know who they want.
They will never let that happen. They
want Goldberg to come do it.
But he already pinned Goldberg. That's what I'm saying. It has to be somebody fresh that hadn't been around the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh, MJF, because he's a superstar.
Well, he is a superstar.
He's no damn
He-
superstar.
Book it. He's a superstar.
You made me choke on my
Superstar.
Book it.
Well, way to throw the damn show off the rails, Van Cat. Way to go.
Why you say that,
Hey,
man?
that's your fault. Why you let him
Like,
go last?
You legit got me speechless right now. I have no comeback to this craziness that you
That's
talking
your
about.
fault. You knew I was gonna say something about the mustache. That would have been an easy closeout. You let him go last. That's your fault.
I'm just saying, man.
I cannot believe this.
Something got to happen. I mean, I would prefer Gunther to be champion. But we couldn't have that.
Y'all hear what Van Cat thinks about Gunther though, right? Because it's crazy that he likes Gunther so much. When I've been singing the praises of Gunther, he says that Gunther has the worst body in wrestling, which
he does.
He does.
He does.
That's the craziest shit I ever heard. Man.
Gunther look like a bag of straw.
Man,
exactly.
Gunther looking good. A lot better than what
Like a wet
Gunther used to look like what's the tsunami guy?
Oh, Typhoon?
You know, you talking about Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gunther used to be shitty looking.
Oh yeah.
It's like, hey, like what the hell is going on with Keith Lee? Like, are they trying to make him just look like a sack of shit? Like, what's going on?
Bro, Keith Lee, like white or something. He looks so weird. He wearing a cape and everything.
Yeah, why are they doing? What's going on? Keith Lee is such a great talent.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I don't understand. What, dude? If you're a $1 billion company, hire different groups of writers. Hire writers that do nothing but write for your mid card. Make your mid card its own thing,
bro. They got even up with Gold Dust.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, with all his white hair.
Maybe they need to stop with the writers, or at least do a collaborative type of thing where the talent can give input.
You remember that Survivor Series? You remember that Survivor Series when it came down to Keith Lee and Roman Reigns? How fantastic that 5 minutes was.
Yeah.
When he hit Roman Reigns with the Big Bang Catastrophe and he almost beat him, and then Roman had to fist bump him at the end because he was so good. You remember that? You remember Keith Lee coming to the ring in the Royal Rumble and Brock Lesnar was like, damn, who's this big motherfucker? Like, you remember that? I saw a picture of Keith Lee the other day and I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Like, what are they doing to him?
Yeah, he's a great talent. He has a lot of great offense. You can't waste somebody like that.
First of all, let's not act like WWE didn't waste him first.
They did, but he's not in WWE now.
I know he got wasted first. He's being wasted.
He's in the place where everybody gets a chance.
Hey man, they fucking up. I say the truth. I speak the truth. They fucking it up.
But that's why they need that other show.
That's why they need Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H booked Keith Lee so good.
What?
When he won the NXT title, like I'm telling you, man, like what is Adam Cole doing now?
He feuding with Jericho.
Oh God, Jericho's another one that needs to just get the hell off the TV.
Nah, Jericho's nice with it, yo. He's putting people over. He's putting people over.
Let's have a fact
with his society.
JAS.
Yeah, come on.
And he's never gonna retire as long as that damn theme song still hits like it does.
Yeah, that is good. Now that theme song is
that Judas go hard, boy.
Yeah, you can't. I won't say nothing negative about that. Oh, something else I forgot to mention is they took Bray Wyatt off of the roster page. What's going on?
Yeah, I asked earlier what's up with Bray Wyatt, man. I miss Bray Wyatt. I don't know what's going on.
Nobody has been screwed over more by WWE than Bray Wyatt.
But I think a lot of this is on him now. This has to be something going on with him because
why?
Like, what's going on?
They did that stupid.
Yeah,
they keep doing stupid matches.
Remember when he first came back, it was Triple H that brought him back, and then Vince ended up coming back. So I feel like Vince sabotaged him.
It's the mustache. Y'all act like I be joking.
Yeah, but they sidelined him because they said it was some type of medical thing. Remember when he first came back, he wouldn't wrestle because they said he wasn't 100%. Then when he finally did wrestle and he called out Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley and they were supposed to start that feud, then all of a sudden he disappeared.
I think it's something. I don't think it's physical. It's probably mental or something. I don't know.
Is it a legitimate injury, or are they just saying that?
I think they're just saying it.
Who knows?
Vince.
Man, boy, you talk about if that guy, man, if that's it for him, you talk about the biggest waste, you talk about the biggest waste ever. That right there.
And they need to get him. He could be a superstar in AEW.
Because that whole White Rabbit thing was so tremendous.
Yeah.
And when he came back at Extreme Rules, man,
give me goosebumps.
Yeah, my daughter was just like, she was like, is he coming? Is he coming? And then when he opened that door, she went to scream, and I'm like, man, they got this mega star. Then they just ruined it.
Uncle Howdy diving off the thing and missing by
missing by 100 feet.
That was goofy.
They wasted two of the best gimmicks of the last decade.
How do you have a 20-foot platform and still miss by that much?
That's just hilarious. That's hilarious.
Man, WWE, do better. That's all I gotta say. That's my close. Just do better. Because your product is shit right now. Just do better.
You know it's not shit? The stock price.
The stock went up to like 115.
Yep.
But again, they're gonna look at that and think that they're doing good.
Exactly. They don't care about you. They making their money.
Well, they literally said that because of the ratings and stuff. They're getting their money regardless with the Peacock deal and everything else they got.
Remember when I said that to Trevor 2 weeks ago? I said that to Trevor. They don't care.
They're failing upwards.
Yeah,
so
they don't care about the people in the shows no more. They get their money from the TV. They don't.
They just have to produce.
I don't care.
They just got to produce something in the ring, and then that's it. They get their money. They don't have it.
They don't care. Ooh, 30,000 people showed up. I don't give a fuck as long as we'll tape mannequins to the seats. It doesn't matter. We just got to put a show on. They getting their money.
Hey, Trevor, you know that you know how WWF always used to say that WCW would have to give tickets away to fill in their seats and stuff. And I was looking at something, and they were talking about like back in especially in '95 and '93, they would just have to give tickets away for WWF shows because they couldn't sell anything.
'95 was horrendous.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was to that effect.
Yeah, because remember back in '95 they were running high school gyms sometimes.
Yeah, I mean they were having some hard time. I saw Undertaker talking about it too. My God, I did not know that the WWF was facing all of that. Because in my mind, I just see like those lights and the big crowd. That's all I ever see. So I never realized that it was like that for them.
Man, I was at a WWE pay-per-view. I think it was Armageddon. Yeah, it was Armageddon when Triple H and Shawn Michaels had the 3 Stages of Hell match. I bought tickets in the nosebleed. That damn arena where the Panthers play was so empty. They moved us damn near down to ringside. And when I watched it on TV, you could have never told. The way they shot it. Yep. The way they shot it made it look like it was full. So they always been doing the camera tricks and stuff like that. I've gone to some SmackDown shows where the whole entire upper deck was empty, but the way they shoot it and they tarp it off, you can't tell. And then they'll dim the lights
and pump in the sound.
Yeah, and pump it. Yeah, God, I hate that.
Cody, that sound that they pumped in was terrible. All the bulls and stuff like that, you can tell it was fake.
They trash, bro.
Yeah, I can't. It's crazy, man. But fellas, I closed the show down 20 minutes ago, and then Venkat did this ridiculous ass.
You always say what I say is ridiculous, and then it comes to pass.
I agreed with a lot what you said in this show, but that was like, I mean, because you basically got the guy that could do everything you said, but no, you don't like that guy. You want another guy to come in.
Now, you misrepresented me again. I said Cody Rhodes, fresh off that injury, should not be coming in to a Royal Rumble, then going into WrestleMania and winning like it's all good. Let him build himself back up and get back in form. Now, that's a completely different thing from, like, say, another guy like that's a big star coming out of nowhere that has not been pinned by Roman Reigns. That's the key. Who's a big star that's a free agent that you could bring into WWE? That's the one guy that Roman hadn't pinned yet.
It's got to be Okada.
Van Cat.
Huh?
Cody should have won with Roman's leg on the rope, and then Roman goes nuts saying that he never lost and he should get his belts back. They could have took that shit to WrestleMania next year.
Well, they could do that with SummerSlam with John Cena. I don't even know why John Cena got a title shot, but yeah, they could do that with John Cena right now.
They're gonna screw it up. They'll screw it up. What they do, the mustache.
But every match is just a match you've seen. You know what I mean? Like, if you just rewind back just a few months, it's just all the same matches. They're just rotating chairs. They need more They need guys to come out from the abyss and be featured more, and they're not doing that.
Never happen unless they grow their hair and get muscles. That's all it cares about. Well, you see what happened to Baron Corbin? He got beat by the rookie in a half a second.
Yeah, Cameron Grimes hit him with that that stomp.
Maybe Finn Balor.
But Cameron Grimes is awesome though. Cameron Grimes is really awesome.
The disrespect, man.
Yeah, that guy gets peed on a lot. I don't understand why he is.
Baron Corbin cut the hair. Once you cut the hair, Vince don't fuck with you.
Yeah, God.
Bro, he came in so hot as the Lone Wolf in NXT. He was a badass, and they completely just destroy his whole character, ruin them. They tried.
Remember, they would count his matches when he would get in. They'd start the count.
Yeah,
and his matches would go like 45 seconds. Yeah, that Lone Wolf character was busted, man.
Gonna walk in the back and tell Cameron Grimes, "I used to be you. You're gonna be me soon. Watch. Vince gonna fuck you up."
Wow.
Vince is trash.
Wasted potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Baron Corbin is a legit badass, like NFL player, bare knuckle fighter. Like, he's a Golden Glove boxer. He's a legit badass. And he's a cool guy to follow on Instagram because he does a lot of like grilling and shows off his cigar and watch collection and stuff like that. He's a cool dude, but I don't know. I really don't know.
Bro, WWE is wasting all of the talent they have, and they're gonna cut them all and say, "Oh, we don't have any room for them." They have plenty of room. They have plenty. If they stop pushing the same 8 people on each show and let the motherfuckers take a breather and push somebody else, like, it's not that hard.
I don't know why do they have to bury people though? Like, it don't make sense. I mean, you have a match schedule. Can we just have a match? Like, why do people need to be pinned in like less than a minute or just made to look less than? Like, he could have had a back and forth struggle, and sometimes you can win with losing. Stone Cold did that with Bret Hart. Yeah. He lost, but he won, really.
Because Baron Corbin cut the hair. Why y'all don't listen to me? I've been telling y'all mad facts, and y'all just ignore me.
It's just counterproductive to do that. It's really there. You know, that company is so petty.
Hey,
let's not bring up Sting and everybody else that came through.
Oh boy, here we go.
Sting, I'll never forget that job. My God,
that Sting shit was bullshit.
Sting called it too a decade before it happened.
That Sting shit.
Here we go. Sting.
I never trusted the WWF.
Sting got a highlight WrestleMania match. He got a world title match. Ain't Seth Rollins' fault he got hurt.
Bro, you can't.
It is Seth Rollins' fault.
That was a trash WrestleMania match against Triple H. So you can't.
That match was great. That match was fantastic.
Trash. No, it was trash.
Triple H.
Even Roddy Piper said it was trash.
Sting versus Undertaker. That's what we all wanted to see.
Exactly.
Legend v. legend.
And you know, Rock versus Hogan was supposed to be Steve Austin versus Hogan.
Yeah,
but Austin didn't want to do it.
Yeah, that's on him.
Not an idiot.
Yeah, because Hulk Hogan didn't want to do the favors, brother.
Hogan's a fucking Hogan is I swear, Hogan is the Vince McMahon of in the ring.
That's accurate. That's very accurate.
That's why Shawn Michaels dimed his ass and made him look stupid.
Yeah.
That's the funniest shit ever. Like when he popped off oh my gosh. Shawn Michaels is an actor. If Shawn Michaels can make you look like an idiot, because he's an asshole. If he can make you look like the asshole, oh, you really are the asshole. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. Go ahead, Trevor. The whole clique is trash. I said it. It needed to be said. I said it. They're all a bunch of low life human beings, but they can wrestle. That's about it.
All right. Well, again,
at
the extra 30-minute mark now. I'm about to close this out because I might have to do this again tomorrow. I don't know. I'm seeing people sending me messages. So
all right, Trevor, I'm out.
I might have to do. And now I see Zay is trying to figure out when we're gonna do the next UFC show. So I gotta save my damn voice, man, because this shit is starting to wear my vocal cords thin, especially I'm getting over the cold. Oh, Michaels, this Saturday we got the Pour Your Heart Out versus I'm about to say the Man Cave versus Man Talk Monday crosstalk.
All right, keep me in thought because I get my baby on Friday and I kind of lose, and I'm trying to find a girlfriend. So
all right, well, yeah, damn. All right, I gotta see who we could tag in for that one. Then
remind me in the group. Just remind me.
Yeah, because that's we're talking about the hunt for the black sperm. This is about the Brat thing.
Is Shaka gonna be there?
Most likely.
Then I'll be there.
Yeah. All right, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out.
Much love, fellas.
Peace.
All right.
Peace.
Well, Straight Talk Society, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Another great show. I especially love that conversation that me and Venkat had at the beginning. We didn't, like I said, we don't plan for any of these things. We didn't even really know what today's show was going to be about. We just fired it up. But yeah, that conversation we had, like comparing today's wrestling versus the wrestling when I thought it was the best, that was like 40 minutes. Hell, that was a good ass conversation. But still getting over my cold and everything, so that's why my voice is going out on me. And I've been doing a lot of talking. And I may tomorrow, I'm trying to figure out how, because I don't have these guys' contacts. So I may just fire up a show tomorrow night where I have the guys that were over on Monday when I interviewed Reginald Young. And if you haven't checked that out, that was a tremendous show. That was a great interview with Reginald Young. Like that was one that I was looking forward to doing for a long time, just because of the whole him debating Geno Jennings and things like that. And apparently me doing that show has ruffled some feathers because a couple of Geno Jennings butt boys, that's what I like to call them, until they come over here and face me face to face, which they'll never do. They'll send all the trolls over and they'll come under fake accounts and they'll put my wife's face on things and they'll do foolishness like that, because they could never face me man to man. They'd never hit the link. I show myself on the camera all the time, so everybody knows what I look like. Everybody knows I live in Florida. This just shows you I'm not afraid of anything. So, so if you guys stop being cowards, tomorrow, if I have the time, I'm gonna fire up a show. And I want you all to come over. Peter Cox already let me know that he'll be busy. See, Peter Cox and myself are having a back and forth dialogue. So regardless of whatever I think about him or whatever he may think about me, at least we're having the back and forth dialogue. to the other guy that comes over with under all the fake aliases and send me emails and stuff like that, hit the link. Come on over. Let's have a conversation. And let me ask you why you man worship so much. But like I said, the show that we did with Reginald Young was tremendous. Like I actually went back and listened. I listened to it 3 times. I mean, it was so good and informative, and like those are the type of Christians that you could rock with. You know, he's just a good dude. I mean, and Reginald Young, he does want to debate a couple of people, and they're willing to do it over here on this platform. So I don't have an issue with that. They want to do that, then that's fine. It look like my screen is shaking. So look forward to that. I invite those guys over. So your Jansen Williams, your Adrian Cutlers, all you guys tomorrow night, 7:00. If you're listening, or when you will hear this, I'm inviting you all on the panel. Wayne Smith, all of you guys. My only thing is you can't do it how you do it on the other channel. You can't do the talk. You can't do all the yelling. I don't do that. You just get on here and just yell and yell and yell. You're gonna have a cordial conversation. And whatever you set up after the fact, then that's fine. I just want to, again, with this channel, I'm opening it up to a broad variety of different things. So it's like I'll do the Bible talk. That's fine. I mean, we could do the Bible discussions. We could, whatever you want to do. We do sports talk. We just did a 2.5-hour wrestling show. It still could have went longer. Just that my voice can't hold up to it anymore. So we'll do whatever you want to do. You guys want to have a conversation? Let's do it. Come on and have a respectful, cordial conversation. I won't even play any of my entrance music. I won't play my entrance music because my entrance music has cursing in it. I won't even play that on any show that you guys come on, just so you can feel as welcome as possible. So that's my invitation to you guys. Tomorrow night at 7:00. If you're ready, let me know. You guys got my email, straighttalkwithtrevor@gmail.com. I don't hide myself. I am who I am. I'm very accessible. So with that being said, peace to Venkat, peace to Mike, peace to Bones, peace to Zay for stopping by in the chat, Jerome Israel, peace to everybody that was watching in the clouds, everybody who will watch in the future. I mean, I do get passionate about wrestling. I've been watching it for over 30 years. I mean, I've been watching it since I was 5. I'm 43 now. So I've committed a lot of hours and years of my life to Venkat saying superstar Billy Graham did. I know he was on life support. What? Come back up, Venkat. I don't know. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. Oh man. All right. Well, damn. Yeah, so Venkat just posted in the chat that superstar Billy Graham died. I know I put the link in there, Venkat. Oh, there he is. All right. I know I saw a story earlier where his wife was saying that they were thinking about taking him off of life support.
Yeah, I just saw. Yeah, what's up, Trevor? I just noticed Ric Flair saying R.I.P. to superstar Billy Graham. They said it just happened.
So they did take him off then.
Yeah, my goodness. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's another one, man. He's been dealing with issues for a long time though, because remember his kidneys were failing him, and then he's been dealing with something for a long time. So I mean, I guess everything just finally caught up with him.
Yeah, you got Dusty's gone, Superstar, and Bruno Sammartino. Those 3, had a moment in time, in WWF. So that's crazy. They're gone. Like that whole generation is just fading away now.
Yeah. Damn.
It's amazing.
I know you're probably already working on the on the thing. So we'll have that up for next week. Yeah. Damn.
All right. Well, rest in peace, superstar. Have a good one, Trevor.
All right. Peace.
Yeah.
Damn. Rest in peace, is a superstar, man. That guy was awesome, man. Superstar Billy Graham. That dude, man. That dude. His whole look and gimmick and stuff like that. Like he a lot of guys impersonated him, man. A lot of guys wanted to be him. You know, we could overlook the little karate gimmick that he was doing in NWA for a little bit, but that dude was money, man. Those bull rope matches with him and Dusty Rhodes in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to discuss him next week. Damn, that's messed up. I know I had read earlier though that they were talking about, you know, he was on life support and they were considering taking him off. So I guess they had to make that tough decision, man. So that sucks, man. You know, rest in peace to him, and you know, strength to his family. All right, well, yeah, I hate to have to end the show on that, but damn. I'll catch up with you guys. Like I say, tomorrow, if those guys want to do something, I'll fire up a stream so I could introduce some of those guys over here to the society, man, because they were loud and vocal. If you look at that Reginald Young video, I mean, that's probably like 70 comments on that video, because you got the side that loves him and you got the side that loves the other guy, and it's just a war. They're just warring with one another back and forth. I'm still getting notifications right now as I'm looking because they're still commenting on that one particular video. So also, I'll say this now. I see that he's live now, so I'm going to go tune into his show. But if me having Reginald Young on my show pissed you off, I reached out to Apostle John McGregor. And he said that he would come on the show. So if I get John McGregor on this show, can you imagine the hate? If all the hate that I'm getting for having Reginald Young on the show, imagine the hate that I'm going to get for having John McGregor on the show. So I'm going to go tune into his live stream now, but stay tuned. Straight Talk Society, we're doing a lot of big things, man. We got a lot of big things coming up. This Friday, we'll have the ladies will Pour Your Heart Out. They'll be back. They're going to have a sip happen. So it's basically going to be an open panel, like how when I do the open panel Man Talk Monday discussions, they're basically going to do that Friday, but just, you know, from the women's perspective. And then Saturday, we're going to have another crosstalk with the men and the women, but it'll be a Pour Your Heart Out branded show. And we're going to talk, the name of the show is The Hunt for Black Sperm. And we'll be talking about, like, you know, how the low donorship in the sperm banks from black men and things like that, talking about, you know, the brat and all that good stuff and whatever else may come up. So stay tuned for those shows. I'm out of here. Peace to everybody who tuned in. Peace to everybody who was on the panel. Rest in peace, superstar Billy Graham. No more pain. No more pain. That's all I can say. To the haters, keep watching. We're going to make you proud. We're going to make you proud. And to the other guy over there, if what I saw in the chat was true, that you said my name, I'll be paying you a visit, buddy. I'll be paying you a visit to your page. I tried not to leave any comments on your page. I wasn't going to do that. But if you mentioned me by name, now you got a problem. Now you got a big 260-pound problem. So with that being said, peace out, everybody. Till next time.
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
Brother, I'm gonna take you home.
What?
You're gonna be my